going on, y'all? Welcome to the Was It Good Though podcast, where we discuss, debate, and sometimes argue on movies and TV shows, old and new. I am one of your hosts. My name is Jazz.
And I am Jason. A few house rules before we get into this review. 1, please have fun. 2, please like, share, subscribe. Let your people know, let your friends know what we are doing over here at the Was It Good Though. Number 3, we will be spoiling this review. So if you haven't seen it, stop here and come back after you've seen it. And lastly, and certainly not least, this is not a kid podcast in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So if you want to listen with your children, that is on you. That is not on us. I am here to let you know. Please stop or continue. Let's get to this review.
The sweater. I like the sweater, but it is Grinch green. Like, look up the Grinch. That's the color.
Everybody
The
knows
mean
what...
one. That's what Jazz.
Oh, don't they got a movie? The mean one? That's like the have you seen that?
Hell no, I ain't watched it.
I hope nobody watched that.
Plenty of people watch it. That's why it's a mean one too.
Yeah.
The meanest one.
And then they having another Winnie the Pooh movie coming. Like, stop
People
making
watching
shit.
them. No, they don't take much to make them. That's why that coming back, Terrified 3 coming back. It's gonna be a Christmas movie.
Smile 2. Just like they just need to.
Whoa. We
Your
not
favorite
don't put Smile in it. Don't
I
put
am.
Smile in that circle. Smile ain't got shit to do with that.
Terrifier 2 was good though. I haven't seen the Winnie the Pooh one. What's it called? Blood Honey? Honey something like that.
Something like that. The Curse of Blood and Honey or something like that.
Yeah, I heard it's like really violent, surprisingly.
I'm not sure. I wouldn't be shocked in a situation like that at all.
I would watch it. I'm not expecting too much. I just watched that movie with Desi Banks on Tubi, Haunted Trail. So I'm open to watching anything if I can get that.
Clearly,
We
you
know.
open. You know what? Actually, I watched that. I just recently watched that. I watched Fear.
With T.I.
With T.I.
Tommy, yeah.
Tommy from Ghost and and Terrence not Terrence Howard but Terrence J.
Terrence J?
Yeah, that's Terrence J.
Oh, I didn't recognize him. That movie wasn't terrible. It wasn't
the most horrible thing I've seen, but
it definitely had like some Tubi vibes. It'd be a good Tubi movie. And that's kind of a backhanded compliment, but it was, I actually went to the movies to see that.
Oh yeah, you lost your damn mind.
Y'all just be paying to see anything.
I had free time.
And obviously just wanted to spend some money.
Well, we had a holiday bonus that came a little late, so I had some expendable money, some free time, and I was obviously spending money any kind of way. But it wasn't. I don't feel like I wasted my money though.
Gotcha. That's a good. That's the main thing. Are you entertained? Do you feel as if you wasted money? Like that's the main thing, man.
Since y'all sharing movies that y'all seen, I would say I recently watched Oracle on Prime.
Is it the Oracle or just Oracle?
Whatever. Put it in your search. Oracle. You look. Put the in there if you want to. I don't remember it being in the art, so I'm gonna say Oracle.
Got you.
Yes.
Okay.
What's it about? I haven't heard of that.
New movie?
Yeah, it dropped this year. So it's about a young lady went to go work in a home, and it was on a slave plantation. Because anytime it comes with horror and Black folks as a star, it has to deal with some type of trauma and slavery.
Who told you to watch this?
Yeah,
Tori.
I figured.
So I'm gonna give her kudos because she gave me a heads up prior. The movie wasn't trash, but it was a bigger budget and probably a different lead actress. This movie would have been fire.
Was it better than Janelle Monáe's slave movie?
So the shock that I got, I'm gonna say it wasn't.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, I probably won't be watching this shit.
It was definitely better than Bad Hair. It was better than Bad Hair.
I didn't watch that. That's not even. I didn't even.
Yeah, I wasn't about to watch that either. Is that movie with Janelle Monáe? I can't remember the name. I know what it's about. Is it trash?
It has a nice twist, but the movie is just like the story and how it all comes together. And I think it's the third act where it kind of falls apart for me. Within that, I definitely think it's the third act.
But I'm surprised that Tori recommended that because we were talking. Oh, really? Like just because it's trash, or because like the Black trauma?
Tori has a unique uh movie catalog that she likes to recommend.
Because I mean, I listen. I know that I sometimes watch some bullshit, but I'll acknowledge that it's bullshit. And I'll tell some people that like, okay, go in there with low expectations. But it's is it the type of movie or is it just like just not good?
I can't I truly can't say. It's just certain stuff they get recommended. I'd be like, ain't no way in hell you think I'm finna watch this. It ain't no way in hell you think I'm finna watch this. I will give her a credit
Yeah.
that the special op Linus, that's pretty good.
Hmm.
With Zoe Saldana in it.
Okay.
Morgan Freeman,
Okay.
Nicole Kidman. Yeah,
Oh, nice cast.
that's a banger. But I talked about that with Jazz. I saw the writer.
Uh-huh.
He's at Paramount, right? He's at Paramount,
Mm.
and he's writing a lot of dope shit. He wrote
Word.
Sicario 1 and 2. He wrote the movie, the show about the Duttons, Yellowstone. He wrote Yellowstone, the
Mm.
two prequels of that. So he over there doing some big things over
Damn,
there.
y'all got a bag. Some of this stuff I've heard of Yellowstone, but Oracle and this movie you're talking about now with Nicole Kidman and Morgan Freeman.
It's a show. It's
It's a
actually
show.
a show
It's a show.
With Zoe Saldana. Yep.
I haven't even heard of that.
It's real good. Look at it's called Lioness.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's about a CIA special op mission basically. But yeah, it's real unique. Real unique. I will say it's woman led.
Okay.
Woman within it, but they doing a pretty good job. It's Nicole Kidman and Zoe. They gonna act. If anybody gonna act,
Yeah.
them two women gonna act. You good, Jazz? You ready?
Golly, boy, I'm dying
I can
over
tell.
here.
I know. Yeah, I know.
I'm like, keep going, y'all. Just give me a shout out. Like, I'm dying.
That's all I'm trying. I was like, wait, let's see my partner over there passing out. But yeah,
that'll be the one that get us to 500 right there. Like, oh shit.
Damn, you had to clean your glasses? Damn, that was intense.
She had tears coming out.
Listen, I was dying as y'all were talking. But Jason.
Yes. Are you guys ready for the pod? Are you guys ready? This 77, right? No?
78.
78.
Okay.
I'm pulling the Joe Budden. Pulling the Joe Budden here, man. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, whenever you find this podcast. I am one of your hosts. I am Jason.
And I am Jazz.
And my sister Jazz, and this is the Was It Good Though podcast. And we are here with a returning guest. I believe this is 5 times, I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it might be.
I think this is 5. I believe this is 5. Chris, how you doing, my guy?
I'm doing great. Thank y'all again for having me. 5 times is a lot, so I'm always happy to be here. So thank y'all.
You have been on this pod more than 5. Jason is not counting.
You think so?
Right.
It's not more than
Scream 5.
You got
no, Scream 6. Scream 5?
Scream 6. It was Scream 6.
Scream 6.
Scream 3.
Scream 3. Evil Dead Rise.
Evil Dead.
Talk to me.
Ninja Turtles.
Oh shit.
Talk to me.
And then this would be 6. Oh damn. Okay.
Oh, so this is 6. Okay.
Damn, I forgot about Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Okay.
It's okay. Oh, actually, it's 7 because he was here for the Exorcist the beginning. Believer.
Oh shit. Oh damn.
Damn. So he's a top Crystal for now.
Oh wow.
She'll be at 7. Yeah. Don't tell her I said that.
she'll hear
it. Will she? But yeah, man, when it comes to the type of movies or the movie that we're discussing today, I do feel as if you and Jazz are the aficionados. I'm just an enjoyer of movies, and I like to talk about them, things that I like, but I think y'all two are definitely deeper in the type of bags that we would be discussing. In episode 78, we're talking about Thanksgiving, not the feast, not the food, but the killer, the horror movie of Thanksgiving. Jazz will be leading us in this with this movie. Guess I think this is gonna be a pretty good one. Her pregame was pretty hype when they're going through it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass this over to my sister and let her lead us this evening.
Yes. Somebody probably listening like, how Jazz leading and she was about to die 5 minutes ago. Listen, let me show you what Black women can do. Gentlemen, are y'all ready for this review? Because I'm telling you, we're going to be in our bag. So I want to open up this review with, because I know pretty much we watch a lot of the same horror movies. We're all fans of horror and we're all fans of slashers. We've had multiple conversations. And 2023 has been a really good year for slashers. So Chris, I want to go to you first. We are at the end of November. Now, there probably will be some other slashers that might drop, but up until now, what was your favorite slasher that dropped this year, 2023?
It's kind of cliche, but I'm probably gonna go Scream 6. I really enjoyed it. There's a couple things that I still need to see, like the one that's like Back to the Future. I can't remember the name. I still need to see. I know I still haven't seen it.
Totally
I know I'm slipping. Totally killer. Thank you. So, but right now, of what I've seen, I would still say Scream 6. I really enjoyed that a lot.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. Jason, what about you?
As much as I enjoyed Scream 6 and Totally Killer, I think I'm gonna go with Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving was and I think it's unfair because it's new. You know, like when something is new or something, typically when something is new, they have so much to take from and to borrow from. So I feel like it's supposed to do. I think it's supposed to be what it is. So, but I think I'm going with Thanksgiving. It's my favorite slasher this year.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I was trying to decide which one was my favorite, and I will join Jason. I'm gonna say Thanksgiving. I'm gonna go into my reasons as to why, because y'all know my alliance is with Scream, but this movie
we haven't talked about this. Like I didn't even tell you people. I didn't even tell you to go. I just told you after I seen. I said we gotta review it. So I'm not talking about it. Like that was the only thing I said to you.
It was, and I'm like, Jason, was it good? They didn't even answer my question. Like, couldn't even give me a yes or no. I was like, oh, I see what we're doing. Okay.
Yeah, I was actually headed to see the Marvels when you text me, and you were just like, yo, watch this. And I'm like, hey, say less. You know, and I really enjoyed myself too. Honestly, I would have went, and we'll go into it more. I would have picked this as the best slasher up until the ending.
The third. I think that's the flip in the two movies. I think Scream had the better third act. Where I think this movie had a better setup up to the third act. That's just what I mean as far as when it comes to.
I agree with that.
I don't know. I would say they probably was both weak.
Weak.
You think third? I mean, so now better doesn't mean it's great or good. That just means one is, you have to pick. If I had to pick one,
right?
That's how we have in the part. We got to pick one. I'm picking Scream's ending. I liked it. I like how Sam do it. R.I.P. to the OG.
Oh, Jazz, do you mean the endings were weak or the setup were weak?
The ending, the third act.
Oh, okay.
I just feel it probably could have been done differently, but I guess if you put all your dedication in the first two acts, it's like, all right, that can be the slow hand. That can be the strong hand that's doing the third act, to where it's like, all right.
Nah, third act has to be it has to bring this bitch. It got to bring this bitch home.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jason.
A lot of movies don't know how to bring it home.
I know Ryan, but Chris said that he was like, somebody don't know how to write endings to save their life. I think it was Ryan Murphy. Yeah,
cannot do it. Hasn't had a God. I mean, shit, man. I mean, Jazz, we on what 13 seasons of American Horror Story? I think that's like how many good endings? I mean, maybe 4 tops. I mean, I won't go through them all, but just off the top of my head, like I'm thinking like less than half.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe like 27.5% have good endings.
Yeah, it's annoying. Free throw line. For real. And I mean, I'm with you, Jason. Like, I love a great build up, and I can still enjoy a movie. Terrifier 2 is another one that I thought that could have been, in my opinion, a classic slasher, but a very weird, confusing ending kept it from it. So I can still enjoy it, but like you got to nail that ending. Like if you don't do that, same thing with Halloween Kills. I love that movie, but the ending, like it didn't know what it wants to do. So that you got to nail the ending for me.
Wasn't they beating
Like, you,
Michael's
you, you
ass
look,
at the end?
Oh shit,
they were.
they did. I thought, okay, you know what? Actually, I think where this movie, depending on where it goes in the future, could benefit from the failure of Halloween Ends. But we'll get into it as we talk about it. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I think that.
Okay. Okay. And Jazz, you were looking quizzical when I said that about Halloween Kills. I won't go too far just because like up to that point, Michael was just a man who was on a rampage. But then once they beat his ass and he survived that, it became supernatural for me. Like he no longer just became a dude because no one can get their ass beat like that by 20 people with weapons and then get up and kill them all. So I was like, okay, like this is no longer just like a guy in a mask anymore. So at that point, that's why I said they didn't know what to do. And it wasn't trash to me, but they kind of I'm not surprised that Halloween Ends failed. I'll say that based on the ending of Halloween Kills, in my opinion. I know Jason liked Ends
Yeah,
for reasons I don't
that's
understand.
the hill I'm a
We
die on.
still don't. That would have been a good one. We would
I
all
wasn't
look
doing
at you
that last
like,
night.
yeah, good, because we didn't need that bullshit.
That
But
I had better hills to pick.
okay. But we get our opening scene. Now, this opening scene, in my opinion, one of the most chaotic I've ever seen in a horror movie, and one of the best in a slasher. So
It is.
I'm gonna go to Jason first because Jason is hella excited right now. If you're watching, he's like, I can't wait to talk about this damn opening scene. This opening scene probably was about a good 15 minutes.
It was.
Now, Jason, there's a lot to cover in this, but I would love to get each of y'all's opinions on this opening scene. So I'm gonna start with you first, my brother. 1st off, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give this entire opening scene until we get our title card?
10. It's definitely a 10. Like from the and I've seen it a few times. So, whenever like we always say it rewards the rewatch. So when you go back into it, like you notice different things. So when you know the end of the movie, you go back into the beginning of the movie. It starts with the guy breathing. He breathing, walking up to you think Michael Myers, Halloween. But my mindset now is this nigga's nervous. He about to see this man's wife. He fucking. So he has a completely different thought process. Now it's like this nigga's nervous. So then he goes into the house. I love it because the way they switch the scenes from the family, the modern, I think the normal modern family, to the family that's rich. You have the scene, the husband Mitch takes a phone call, he walks off, and then you see the interaction between McDreamy and the wife, Dr. McDreamy and the wife, as they're talking in the actual house.
Kincaid.
So yes. So when you start hearing you see this conversation, the beginning is just like, okay, you kind of see like different stuff, but it's just like leaving those little branches that's gonna be picked up later on, and then just seeing how it pivots to the like I said, the modern family, and it goes to the rich family, and we find out that the store is open, and then he comes back and he's like, I can carve it, but I can't eat it, and he's heading to work. Like that entire setup was just amazing how they did that, and just switching back between the families and just interweaving them. I loved it. I love the entire thing.
Okay.
Chris, I'll let you get it. I didn't say too much.
Damn, now you got me wanting to rewatch the movie because you're right. Like I didn't even peep that, and I forgot that opening scene that like he was walking up like Michael Myers, and you're right that he would have been nervous. Damn, I gotta rewatch that. I enjoyed this opening scene. I'll probably get it. Damn, light came on. If you sit still for too long, it turns off. But yeah, it was I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I want to say I can't think of like any flaws off the top of my head, but I think when I was watching it, I was like, okay, I really like this. I was like, this is a 9. One thing I would say is that seeing how chaotic it was and just how like just bizarre it was, I was like, okay, I know what kind of movie we'll be in for. Like this is gonna be off the wall, it's gonna be ridiculous, it's gonna be funny, it's gonna be violent. So it was over the top. So I enjoyed it. I liked the family dynamic. Like I like that a lot. I thought the relationship between the boyfriend, oh my God, Bobby?
Yeah.
It's Bobby, with the curly hair, and then God, what was the girl's name? I forget. I should know.
Jessica.
Jess, okay. Like I thought that was a cool dynamic. Like I like that horror movies are getting away from like stereotypes. Um it's not too
What
I didn't
what
tropey.
you mean?
Well, just they just felt like regular people. Like sometimes like you have like the boyfriend who is like the jock and like the asshole and the girl is perfect, but they just like it felt like this felt real. Like it felt
Mm,
authentic and this felt like a real interaction between like a teenager and like a girl who, doesn't really fuck with her stepmom too much. And
yeah.
then the friend dynamic, I thought that was real too, with like obnoxious teenagers, with the exception of like the one boy, he was kind of an asshole. Like he was the only one that I felt like was like over the top. But for the most part, I thought this was somewhat realistic. How teenagers would be.
Evan. Yeah.
Evan, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Jazz?
I'm not mad at that. I love this opening scene. And Jason, the same way, like I went to go back and rewatch it, and I was just like, "Oh, I see what y'all doing, talking about, oh, a man in a suit that can bake. You're not gonna be single for long
Mhm.
because you got a bun in the oven, bitch, and you bringing your side man to your house with your husband on Thanksgiving. Can we talk about how savage that is?
That is wild. Did y'all
You
peep
you
that they had something?
not my first watch. No, I
Not
had
not in the
no
beginning.
idea.
I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it in the beginning.
I thought the way they were like, she was joking with him. I thought they were maybe brother and sister because how she was just talking to him. Like it just felt kind of like
It
almost like
felt super. It felt like a super intimate conversation.
Exactly. But I was like, okay, this woman is married, so this is intimate, but maybe not romantic. But once I saw that they weren't brother and sister, I'm like, But I didn't peep that, but I thought that was a very odd interaction. So fast
I'm not mad at.
forward, I
I,
was like, okay, I'm not surprised at that.
yeah, I'm not mad at that at all.
She was bold. Like
That is wild. That's wild.
that's
That's
bringing your
savage.
side dude to eat your Thanksgiving meal while your husband carves up the turkey right in front of your side dude. Actually, she was savage, but kudos, because that's what's up.
Mm-hmm. She
And
got
they
her just
friends.
desserts. It too.
Listen, she got fucked up.
She paid
Now,
for it. She did.
let me ask y'all this: like, have y'all ever gone shopping for Black Friday? I'm gonna go to you first, Chris. Have you ever gone?
I've
Like,
gone after like the madness. Like I've gone on Black Friday, but my mom would get up like 4 or 5 in the morning and go when it was like insane. I would go like on the afternoon, so it was busy,
uh,
but not like that.
so never like the waiting for the doors to open up. You never
Nah,
experienced that.
I never did that. I was never trying to get up that early.
What about you, Jason?
I have. Like I remember I had a job the first night they started doing this. I was like, you bitches ain't seeing me on Thanksgiving. I deal with my family. We all like that has nothing to do with me. I won't be here. If you gotta fire me, you fire me. I'm not, I can't. And I went to Walmart on Thanksgiving, but I was buying things.
Yo,
Wait, so you were working at Walmart and then you went there?
I didn't go to that one.
Oh, okay, okay,
I went to a different, but yeah, it was
okay.
definitely chaotic because it was my cousin was like, you don't have to we could pop these games out. We don't have to take them. We don't have to buy them. I said, pop them.
Oh
Where
shit.
we gonna put the CDs at? In your pocket, nigga. So you know what? I got you. Just what games you want? Shit, here you go.
yeah, nah. I went when I
Y'all boys
lived in
wild.
Charlotte, and so it's crazy because like looking at this scene, I remember there were so many stories like maybe 10 years ago of people dying during
Yeah.
Black Friday
Man.
sales because it just gets so chaotic. People getting ran over, fighting for items and everything, and it's just like this is one of those movies to where you see art imitating life. And I can't remember the last time I actually saw a slasher that touched on something like that so close. And so I wasn't expecting, I don't remember watching the trailer to this. So I wasn't expecting where this movie was going to go. I thought it was just going to be
Same.
somebody killing people during Thanksgiving weekend. And I was just like, oh, y'all bringing in Black Friday and a
Yeah.
waffle iron? Is that what y'all motherfuckers was killing people over?
Going
Which is
crazy.
crazy.
That's when I knew this movie was gonna be goofy. That they were doing all of this for a waffle iron. I'm like, really? Y'all
And
killing
Yeah.
people over this?
and when the dude got cut in the neck, he said, I still
Yeah.
got to get my waffle iron.
Bruh, the video of Evan's video, he was like, no waffles for this bitch. Like,
Yo, his
RIP
video
to the
was savage.
victims.
Subscribe, like. I'm like, yo, yeah, you got to kill him. Evan got to die. I was just like, yo, that's wow. But this scene, we got people dying, people getting trampled. Bobby trying to go help out the black security guard. His future is done. And so you see all of the chaos happening. And it was just so much that was setting up for this movie in this one scene. We were introduced to a lot of our characters and victims in this opening scene.
Yeah, it felt like I feel like this would have been something that Final Destination probably could have took or within this scene. That's what it kind of reminded me of. And like you said, we do get introduced. We get introduced to like the entire cast almost here, and they play different roles. But the people that was in the store, especially the people that we're more familiar with, they were moving kind of sloppy at this point. Like Evan was probably was moving the best because he's on top of something. He kicking people and pushing people away from him. Scoob, he doing the same exact thing to protect his girl. Bobby and the wife and Amanda, they dumbass, they crawling on the ground. Like, why are you crawling and you see chaos coming?
Yeah, they must have didn't watch Lion King because that's how
so
Simba was
like so.
Take it out.
So the first 2 times I watched this, it was one. Third time I got to it, it definitely, like, not trying to do nothing dramatic, but it took me to the Travis Scott concert because that's what it looked and felt like. Like that entire just like because I just made me think. I'm like, damn, hold on, I'm sitting there like, damn. I remember feeling like it's just like you can't move, the pressure, the air, you outside and there's no oxygen. Like that's crazy to me. Like not being able, just seeing how they handled that situation, just going. Why did Buddy try to go and open up the door? No, fuck that. They gonna have to break. They got to break this bitch. It's not my store. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Nah.
It kind of reminded me of like when I was watching the footage of January 6th.
Yeah.
It was chaotic like that though. That's like that same like just ridiculous energy. Because I remember being at work during January 6th, and it felt surreal. Like it was like this shit not happening. Like it's almost like a parody, and that's how this felt.
I was laughing so hard at that shit. I said, "Oh, these whites mad as hell." I was
too. I was at work laughing. That shit was comedy. I ain't gonna lie. Like we some bad people because I was
do it for real. Like, what are you gonna do?
Did they shoot
her? Yo, is it bad every time I see a meme where somebody just like, actually, now we won't get too dark on it.
No, go ahead. Now I'm curious.
Every time I see the meme, I just be like, I chuckle a little bit. I'd be like,
You talking about a shorty who got shot?
Yeah. Like,
what
you expect? You expect him not to shoot you?
Yeah, you play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I mean, I don't wish death, but I mean, like, what do you think was going to happen? To be honest, and this is going to be kind of dark, I'm actually surprised more people didn't get shot, actually. Not saying that I wish that, but just considering what they were doing.
If they probably would have spent an extra 16 hours in the sun, they would have been out of here.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. If there was a little darker, it would have been looking like Walking Dead around there.
Yeah. Like, right.
Yeah, they don't even gotta be like Jason in my complexion. They could just be, just a little color, and that would have been a totally different situation.
For sure. But we get the viral video that Jason mentioned, which was crazy. But obviously, our killer is watching a viral video as well. You think he subscribed?
That'd be funny if he did.
But we get a news footage, and it's been a year later, because it's always a year later after these kind of incidents. Because of course, if you're gonna plot to kill people, you need to give yourself a year to have the anniversary. Duh. In every movie, like I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream, everybody waits a year. Like y'all got to do it 6 months. But I guess it doesn't have too much of an impact if it's only 6 months. But we pretty much found out the footage was removed. Camera footage is gone, and then the individual whose wife died, he just like, yo, fuck y'all because y'all trying to open up again this year, but you got better sales. How better though? Like instead of 50% off, maybe 75. Like got that new jacket that you've been trying to get, that new iPhone just dropped. I mean, I get it, but you pretty much seeing like the aftermath, and so we have Bobby. His career is done. So he just ghosted everybody. How you ghost the whole town?
Hey man, that's my one. That's my for sure one with this movie.
With you.
Like the red herrings in this was just over the fucking top, and it was just unnecessary. They tried to, because we get it, right? We get it, Randy. Everybody's a suspect, but there's a better way to make everybody look like or feel like a suspect. Like, yeah, we haven't seen Bobby in a year, bitch.
Yeah, that was a little over the top. Like kind of beyond on the nose. Like it was.
Yeah,
I didn't like
yeah.
that either because also that don't make no sense. Like, okay, I get that you pissed off that you ended your sports career, but you can't tell nobody that you leaving. Like
Nobody,
nobody.
no fam. Like, what
Come
the fuck
on,
you go
y'all.
with a broke hand like that? Like, where you go to? Like, you know
Yo,
what I'm
his
saying?
hand got fucked
It
up.
did get
Like
fucked up.
it looked like Gumby type of shit. And I said, how big was the person who stepped on it? Because I'm like, that's a little exaggerated. But no, I completely agree with y'all because even when they introduced the new deputy who just started working in the town last week, I'm like, all right, it's not him because that's way too obvious. Way too. But I guess they try to give us random suspects to keep our eyes off of the people that were like right in our faces. Yeah, and I'm not even gonna lie, like the way that, I mean, anybody watching this, it's a spoiler, we're reviewing it. If you like when you do your rewatch and you see all the stuff that the sheriff was doing, I'm just sitting here like, yo, we are literally watching him ask questions to find out who to kill next. He didn't know. He didn't take a year to find his suspects. He was like, I know what I'm gonna do.
He was digging in the crate trying to find the right information. He said, man, fuck, I need to get the source. I know she knows something.
He waited a year. And I said, that's kind of bold. Like Billy Loomis and them, they knew who they were gonna kill. The sheriff, look, Kincaid.
He was trying to figure it out, Jazz. He knew a few, but I do love that detail because he was making the list and he was checking that bitch twice. He was making the list because because everybody he set out, for the most part, he got them for the most part. But man,
it was like 2 or 3 of them that wasn't on his list. But this bitch over here, Jessica, dry snitching. Like, yo, she deserved to die for real because Jessica, why are you dry snitching? Like the boy who's always a turkey. He had no reason for you to point him out.
Hey, Jazz, so I'm not, the first time I watched this, I was like, why did he just kill the man with the turkey? Like, that don't even make sense. You just knocked the turkey man out for no reason. So do a rewatch. They sitting down. Oh yeah, he just teased the turkey every year at the parade. Like, damn. And this the cheerleader, and that's the guy right there, the football player at Hanover.
Just sitting there like, Jessica, shut your ass up.
Bro, Jessica was ready to tell. Like, soon as she seen Bobby, I'm gonna let you get to it. We're gonna talk about that too. I'm gonna let you get to it because I'm
But yeah, so pretty much we got a new deputy. He's being real disrespectful or attitude towards everybody, but it's a small town. I get it. It is what it is. And so we got the friends. They're pretty much at a fair or like it seemed like a fall festival type of thing to where people like playing games and stuff. And then we have our first incident because we have one of the warehouses is vandalized, which is owned by the individual that owns the store. Chris, in this scene, did you catch on the fact that the axe was taken? Because when I first watched it, I didn't pay no attention to the axe reference at all. So did you catch that when the owner was just like, they vandalized the location, but also theft because I used to have an axe?
I think he said it. I think at the end of his little monologue, I think that was the last thing that he said. But I think at this point in time, like, we don't know what the killer is doing. So, like, unless you have like a rewatch, you don't realize that it's significant. You just think that they just stole some shit. But yeah, he did mention like as kind of a throwaway, be like, oh yeah, and he took my axe.
Yeah, I actually thought that, like, I automatically thought that because now, if anything I did see was I remember the not the trailer. Excuse me, not the trailer, but the actual poster. And he has an axe on the poster, and whenever you see the poster, he has an axe on the poster. So he was like, "How the fuck you supposed to cut shit in half without a fucking axe?" And he asked it. That's so I knew that was gonna play a part in it.
So on my first watch, I didn't pay any attention to the axe mention.
Gotcha.
And so when we got to the first death, I said, oh, why the fuck is there an axe just lying around this diner? Like, where did this this axe come from? And then I did my rewatch. I said, oh, he brought that with him. That's why you got to pay attention. I was like, that don't make no sense. But we pretty much got our friends at the diner and they all just chilling. And we see the lady that was also at the store. At the store. She works at the diner. Jason, how did you feel about this scene when we got our group talking about everything? And also we see somebody who was at the store a year ago who was trying to get with Jessica, and we see Ryan. You know what happens when you sit on the bench long enough, you get in the game eventually.
Hey, like he said the best thing that ever happened to him was dude ghosting her. So that's another red herring in this moment, because it's just like, and I do feel like that would have been I don't know, that that may have been like a trope too, because it's the boyfriend, right? Because it would have been a thing of him to killing Bobby, and that's the reason Bobby didn't come back. But then him going through for whatever his reasoning was for killing the townspeople, that was my thought in that, because it was just too on the nose. So I was like, nah, it couldn't be him. That'd make too much sense. But at the diner, you getting everybody caught up. He pulls up. He's trying to buy his way into the friendship. I don't know where he got money from, because it seemed like he had I don't know if that was his roommate or his brother or whatever, but
I got roommate vibes too.
I did too.
I'm sorry, but they in high school.
Yes, I don't know why I got roommate vibes. So maybe they were just homies. Maybe.
I don't know, but he clearly got some coins, because he bought some tickets on the 50-yard line of a Steelers game. Not if there's a few games you pay for. The Steelers, the Eagles, the Cowboys, you fit spend a pretty penny to sit on this 50-yard line on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's an expensive game. That's probably at least 1,000, I would imagine, at the 50-yard line.
And he had enough. And he had
for
enough.
all of them.
Man,
I'm just sitting here like, sis, that's not the one you promote. Not to meet the friends. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But I guess since she was like the fifth wheel of her group and Bobby ghosted her, she was like, that's the rebound guy. But the rebound guy don't know he's a rebound guy. But
he should have. I don't know why he wouldn't know he was the rebound. He was clearly the rebound.
I mean, I guess when you want something so bad you don't care.
I mean, he also seemed kind of arrogant. So
yes.
He may not have saw it for what it is, but he was very clearly the rebound. Like, Bobby ghosting her is the only reason you're even in the picture, you know? So I don't even know why he would feel like she would take him seriously, but I don't know. He was over the top asshole. Like, he was definitely probably either him or Evan were probably the most unlikable for me. Probably Ryan, actually, would be the most unlikable.
Yeah, I agree as well, because I think Ryan, for somebody with his intelligence, you would hope that he's not as much of an asshole, but with like Evan, he's that jock. Yeah. He's going to be that asshole that's just like, go do my paper.
Yeah.
And talk down to the person that's doing his paper. So he's that asshole. You kind of expect that. But like Ryan, I kind of didn't expect that from him. I was expecting that nice, cool guy that you should give a chance, but you never do because he's kind of creepy.
But he was dirty macking off rip. So he kind of showed you, like, off rip. Yeah. And like, he saw that she had a man and he was still trying to press her. So he kind of showed us that, like, he was not a cool dude, because that's kind of bold to, like, you still trying to, like, press a girl when she with her man. That's kind of wild. It's one thing if you know she got a man and you still trying to talk to her, but doing that, like, in front of her man, like, that's pretty bold.
Dudes do it all the time.
In front of, like in front of, like in front of the man?
Folks disrespectful. Men and women do that.
That's wild.
And then they wonder why you got to choke them out.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like, you did this. Blame yourself. Like, nobody asked you to come over here in this space.
Did it. You did it.
That's what you gotta do. Because I'm like, I was in a good mood before you came over here and got into our space. So I just be like, yeah. I probably watched too much Snap, but I'm just saying. But we get our first death. Chris, we get a death in the diner. How did you feel about
you mean by the killer? Because we got plenty of deaths already.
Well, yeah,
listen,
it was a bloodbath.
Listen. So I'm not looking at the past anymore, you guys. I'm looking at the present. We have a diner death. Chris, how'd you feel about this death and how everything pretty much panned out for? We don't even know sis' name, so we're gonna call her Waffle Iron Lady.
Waffle Iron Lady. Well, first off, she was wilding at that. What's it called? White Mart.
Yeah,
She was wilding. Like, if we have like a culprit who started that shit, like she's definitely high on that list. So that's number one. So she was tripping. But as far as the death, I liked it. Like the scene where her face got like frozen and stuck, that was nasty, but it was good. Like that worked really well. She was dumb too. Like she had like her survival instincts are just like are terrible. She could have gotten away. I mean, she had a long time to get away, and then this dude is trying to kill her, and then she over there like fumbling with the keys, like when she could have escaped. It's like, lady, just go. And then when she was running, she had no sense of urgency. Like no sense of urgency whatsoever. Like if someone's trying to kill you, you need to be like hauling ass. And I felt like there was like a long extended time to where she was hiding in the freezer to where she could have got out. And she was like really kind of like peeping out and like taking her time. So I think this is another example where the movie was really exaggerated, but it was like she was stupid, but I didn't feel like it was like a stupid decision by the character to move the plot forward. I feel like it was meant to be kind of funny. So even though she was dumb, I feel like it worked with the story.
Yeah.
Out of 10, what would you give her death?
Ooh, probably like an 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked her death. It was kind of funny. It was gory. Maybe like an 8.5. I like that death a lot.
Okay. Jason, what did you think about this scene?
So I liked the scene. I didn't really care for the death because it didn't. I mean, it didn't seem realistic to me. I mean, I don't, but I really don't know how that would go if he was to jump in the trash can and something. He hit the trash can. He didn't hit her.
But the lid came down on her to where
was it a metal?
heavy.
Was it like metal? I mean, I guess I've never felt one to be able to know.
I think they are metal.
I think they
Yeah, they're
like,
metal. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Like, so I didn't like that part. The one scene I do love, which I think the first time I noticed it was on Scream 2022 when Tara was at the house. She got stabbed and her hands was bloody and she couldn't text on the phone. I love that little detail. So when she's trying to do that on the phone, I enjoyed that piece. But
why the hell would you get in a trash can? Why the hell would you do that? Like that's like the worst place in to hide.
It'll be different if you was in the trash can and you didn't see them. They seen you. Why would you go there?
So wait, she probably jumped in because the car is chasing behind her. So you want to jump in something that's going to keep the impact of the car from killing you. Yeah. So that part makes sense. Now she gonna have to get her big ass up out that damn trash can. Now, if you can't do that fast, then you just might as well stay your ass in there and just die.
Well, but this is the thing though. If the car hits, even if the car doesn't hit you, like he has an axe, he gets out. Like, where are you gonna go?
Let's just say that the dumpster isn't there and it's just open space. What you think about that happen? You think she worried about that axe? She worried about that car. You got to figure out which one is gonna kill you first. I'll think about the axe after I survive the car.
I mean, but even then, I'm not hopping. That does make sense. I'm gonna try and zigzag or something. I mean,
I was gonna bring that up.
I'm gonna try and zigzag.
I'm bringing it up. Zigzag could have saved somebody's life.
Not this time. Zigzag wasn't saving it. She gonna be
probably
out there like
not.
She gonna be out there looking like baby D trying to chase Day Day.
Oh. But even then, she wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place if she had a sense of urgency. She took her sweet time getting outside. So like that could have all been avoided if she hauled ass.
Yeah, he hauled some ass on top of the building the next day.
Maybe she doesn't practice how to survive a slasher film. She wasn't doing her reps and running around, but she wasn't ready for it. She thought she was good. And we also see the killer continues to leave that mask around, which Scream 6. But I'm going to take the assumption that these both were filmed in the same studio and that they had that idea. Really?
It is Spyglass.
Well, fuck them. Shout out to
Yeah,
this
I know.
movie though.
I know.
Shout out to this movie good though, but like fuck y'all. But of course we got the next day and they find Sis's body. Well, half her body. First off,
half off.
50% off. I would definitely go in there and get those. That's wait, did you just come up with that, or is that in your notes?
It's on my it's in my notes, but I mean that's what he said it.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking
either.
like it was a coincidence that you chopped her body in half, because that probably wasn't what he had intended to do. Like, there's no way the killer said, "I'm gonna kill her with the dumpster."
Yeah, nah, that was just some innovation at his finest. That nigga was thinking on the feet in all his deaths.
Yo, and K Wild, he probably gonna try to get Sydney out of here if Sydney is there. Am I right? Fuck Spyglass. But so we have the kids, they are getting tagged on social media while they are at school. First off, you need to have your private zone to where you're not getting tagged in no random shit. But like, Chris, if you were in a situation in high school and your gang is getting tagged by some weirdo on social media, like, how are you reacting to the situation?
So at this point, did they connect that Waffle Iron Lady had they even made the connection yet, right?
They haven't yet. This is just they see the dinner table and their names are on it. And Jessica's like, our names are at the table.
At this point in time, I would have definitely been freaked out, because like, what does this mean? Who are you? So yeah, I would have definitely been for sure concerned. But I guess at this point in time, you don't know if this is just somebody like pulling a prank, somebody just like trolling you, fucking with you. So I'll be concerned, but I wouldn't be like deathly concerned at this point.
Right. And Jason, at this time, we see Jessica's talking to her dad, and he's just like, we'll get security. I'm not closing. Like, do you think that was a smart idea? Like, what would you have been your reaction if you were Jessica?
Yeah, just like I would have went off. Like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? First off, a year ago it was a tragedy in our business, and within what we run. And mainly because you did something that your wife told you to do. Now it's a new year, people are getting killed, and all these different things. That, like, bro, no, we shut this bitch down. Like, there's no reason for the business to be open.
Do you think the killings would have stopped if they would have closed the business?
They wouldn't have stopped, but don't put the people back in danger. On, like, that's putting people in danger. You can't, because we don't have enough people in this town to control the town, enough security in town to control the people. So nah.
But they do this year. We got enough people this year. We got 100 compared to the 2 we had last year. So we good.
One, hell.
Yo, yeah, we about to get the dude. That motherfucker said, "Peace, y'all. I ain't dealing with this." But
I was gonna also say red herring number maybe 10. So Evan was getting this paper from the nerd. This made me think about Scream. Matthew Lillard. I can't think of his name. Stu was at school looking in his girlfriend's mirror, trying to check to see if the bruise from Sydney beating him up was on his head. So rewatch, I'm watching, the kid got these glasses on. He was like, "Why you got on glasses?" I'm like, "Remember the lady who's in the diner, she kind of fought him a little bit, just a little bit." And I was like, "Damn, is it this nigga?" Like, because that's what I'm like, he got glasses on, maybe he got like a black eye or something, like trying to hide it.
How short that motherfucker was?
Yeah,
Jay, look here now. Look here.
Nah.
Jill short. Jill is short as hell, and Ghostface didn't look like her.
But hold on. How many bodies did Jill collect? Don't worry, I'll wait.
She wore the suit though.
Jason, you don't get no 6 inches from the suit, because you already saying some bullshit you get powers.
Okay. You know what?
Got the suit on.
You know what? You're right. Let's go to Amber as the killer then. Since Jill is the issue.
Well, no, it wasn't Amber. I was thinking of somebody else. It was the bitch in Scream 6 that they had throwing big swole black. Yes.
Yeah.
We still don't know how she was able to throw Gail's man around. We still don't know, because I've seen that bitch arms. They're not buff. So
I think we gotta just suspend our disbelief with that, because even if it was Ethan, you know what I'm saying, I don't believe that Ethan could have done that.
I think the daddy
It couldn't have been
half
the
of those
dad.
kills. I know it wasn't him, but he's the only one that would have made the most sense because I still think he was the one in the shotgun. In
No,
the
that was for sure him. That was showing his
his
police rifle.
Yeah.
Which in this movie, if you're not paying attention, you don't pay attention to shit like that, like how police are tactical when they move and stuff like that. So it made a lot of sense when you guys. He's like, wait, this motherfucker is tactical as fuck in this, but his team sucked.
Well, they kind of gave it away at the end. I think there was like the moment where they said that exactly that he's tactical. And I was thinking that it was somebody who was like former army, because the other dude who did the arms dealer, he kind of, I don't know, he gave me that vibe that like he may have been like tactical or something. But now, like, if I rewatch it, I realized they was tactical. I think they used the word tactical, that it was a cop. So now it comes full circle. So they kind of do like, like Scream, where they're giving you those breadcrumbs and letting you know, but kind of like some nice misdirects. Because I was thinking that, okay, maybe it is the arms dealer dude, but I'm like, why the hell would he want to kill everybody? So I didn't really think it was him too much, but that was a nice misdirect though.
Yeah, and the fact that a lot of those breadcrumbs came from the sheriff, which is crazy. Like, imagine being the murderer and you just like, let me drop a little something on here for them to eat up, and let me also talk to the kids to help me with my investigation and see if they saw anybody. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Kincaid was working the room. He was doing a great job. Like, damn.
Jazz, it kind of remind me of in Blue Eye Samurai, I think episode 7, when the chick went to her dad and was like, hey, they said it's the people are out there. He's like, okay, got it. Who else have you told?
Nobody. Oh, for real? Bye. Spoiler alert for anybody who has not seen it, but hopefully you forget this. But yes, never, anytime somebody asks you, have you told anybody else? Yeah, I have a document saved to where if I end up missing that, it will be released everywhere. Why do you ask?
Gen V, episode 7.
Damn, them episode 7.
Damn,
wow.
That is.
But nah, like, that's really smart for the killer to do that. Did y'all suspect the sheriff at all?
Nah, I didn't.
They did. Because they gave you so many different people to suspect. You just wouldn't suspect him of all the people.
Yeah, they did a good job with that. Some people would like to lie and be like, oh, I seen this coming. And maybe like now, like in hindsight, can see that, okay, like this guy, they obviously had a little thing with the guy's wife. But no, I think the movie did a great job of not letting you think that it was him, because I feel like the questions he was asking Jess were like routine cop questions.
Right.
Yeah.
Which they were. Yeah. He was like, they were not anything that were like abnormal.
Yeah, I agree, which that's very good writing.
That motherfucker there, bro.
Kincaid was wild.
He was making sure he tied up every loose end he could find. That nigga, I know you got the video. I know. Oh, if you know something that I can get.
Talk to me, because what you tell me stays here. I'm the killer. It's gonna stay right here. And I know she snitched. I know she told him she got video footage, because this bitch couldn't hold water. Bobby ghosted you, and you telling him shit you shouldn't be telling nobody.
Come on, Matt, Jazz. I was gonna ask you, Jazz. You have like a 2-day policy. Like, this bitch let this nigga run away for a whole year.
Ain't no fucking way.
A boyfriend.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
That
is insane.
Think about it for a second. He said, I ghosted everybody, but I'm your girlfriend. Like, what?
His reasoning was so dumb. Like, that just, I'm with you. Like, yo, like, that's, you, even like a week, like, nah, yo, like, you just disappear. Like,
he left. And like,
town.
Didn't even answer the phone no more. And then you didn't even come back to town looking different. You still got that nice, pretty ass hair.
Bruh. That's the thing. It's one, like, because when it comes to like ghosting, because you had the situations where, people just, sometimes it's just the communication it just falls apart, over time. But like, a motherfucker trying to reach out to you for a year and your ass ain't respond. No, you out of there, buddy.
Yeah, no way.
How long you think she was been reaching out to him? I don't think it was like consistently.
Jazz.
You think before he got to town that she was still texting?
She was thirsty. She was looking for this man. I think she was longing for this nigga.
Wait, Jason, you think she was pulling a Mia to cash? Like in rap shit, sending him nudes and shit. Like, hey, good morning. I'm still
What's
here.
good? Like, what's happening?
After a month, you got to stop.
It ain't
Like
even a
month?
month.
even
It's
then,
not even a month, bro. After if I text you twice and you don't respond, I'm done. And it's not gonna be twice in one day. I'm gonna text you once, hey, how you doing? I may text you a week later, hey, how you doing? Hope everything all right. After that, ain't nothing else to say.
but that's a girl that I'm talking to. But a girlfriend, like, just go ghost.
After a week, I'm done. I'm not
That's fair.
because clearly you don't care about my feelings enough, like that you would just do that. Like
That's fair.
that, man, nah. Nigga,
Chris,
Nah,
how long you texting her?
A girlfriend? I mean, if it's a girl I'm talking to, I'm with Jason. Like 2 times. Girl.
How long? You in love?
Probably like 2 weeks. I ain't even gonna lie. Probably like 2 weeks.
That's not bad.
Yeah, probably. Like about a month. I would get the hint. But 2 weeks. I'll probably 2 weeks. What about you? How long you texting the dude? Like a boyfriend.
I told you I had 2-day policy.
2
But
days?
hold on, but wait. If it's my boyfriend though.
Okay.
Like a boyfriend.
I couldn't answer that. Okay, though.
If it's a boyfriend, I would say, and I knew like we were just at the right mark and his hand is done. His career is done. And he probably blamed me. I would send him like I'm a sorry text, but maybe 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be blowing him up because I'm just gonna be like, he's probably angry with me. We didn't talk. No,
what he mad at you for? What did he do?
He probably blamed me for us even being there because he wanted to be outside by the car.
She did drag him in. That's true.
So,
but it's still, yeah.
I mean, hypothetically, but you never think situations like that are gonna pan out the way that it did.
Y'all seen Insecure, right?
Of course.
How long did Nathan ghost Issa?
Too fucking long.
It was a minute. She was wilding for taking him back.
Yeah, she was.
Like it was a couple months.
It's some listeners who thought Nathan was supposed to win even after that. Like that was okay.
No, if anybody needed to win, it should have been Daniel. I'm sorry. Daniel. I feel like that one incident, Issa, you shouldn't have spazzed on that man.
Well, you talking
happens.
Well, I know what incident. I think I know what incident you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm
talking about two different incidents.
She's not talking. She couldn't be talking about the nut. I'm talking about the second.
That's what I'm
incident.
talking about.
I'm talking about the second incident after that when he told her she was. He said something to her like you was nothing or.
Wait, he was crazy like that? I thought they ended on good terms. They just ended.
Hell no, they didn't end on good terms. He said something crazy. Okay, so he started getting insecure, which I do love. I love that the show does that. They start as they introduce you to Carrie, they show the insecurity of those people. So he was kind of scared to make himself look a certain way in front of people, and she called him out on it. And he was like, "You talking about me and you doing XYZ or someone that was at dinner?" She was like, "Oh yeah, you right. I'm cool on this. I'm good."
Because they had a couple falling outs, but it was never bad. But that last one, that's the reason why she never spun the block on him.
I think it's because
after dinner, when they went on a date. They finally went on a date and they talked. Yeah, she was done with his ass.
Because he was just like, you out here Ubering, you're not even handling your shit like you need to. Or something like that.
Nah, it was almost like she a pet. The way I felt, it was almost like she a pet. I'm telling it was.
I gotta go back and watch that. I don't remember Daniel in a bad light at all. Because I know you too damn sexy. I'm not about to go back and watch. Fuck that. I don't need to mess up my vision for him.
To be honest, Daniel may have been the most fucked. Well, Nathan was kind of fucked up. Daniel has some because even like his pride was getting in the way of his production career.
It was.
You know,
but I mean, that I think that like I said, that's pride. That's something he would have had to work on. Nathan had mental health issues they were trying to introduce to it. I think she landed where she needed to be. Personally, I didn't finish. I got to finish season 5 though. So
you haven't finished, but you know what happens though, right?
Yeah. Okay, to an extent. I know. I mean, I know how the end ends, but I got to finish it. But back to the movie.
Yeah.
Damn, Daniel. That hurts. But so we pretty much when Jessica links up with Bobby, they go for a walk and they communicate with each other. It seemed a lot less aggressive than I feel like it should have been. because
She was longing for that, Jazz.
damn, so Ryan, she just using him for dick.
I
If that.
I don't know. I think she just wanted to lay up under somebody.
Yeah, this companionship. I think she just wanted someone.
That's
Like
true.
after getting ghosted like that, I think she just wanted to be wanted, and this
Oh
guy was
shit,
there.
correct. Because
You know,
because you got the mama. Her mom's dead, so
yeah.
she don't have her mom love. Her dad too in love with the two head to up the wife's butt. Bobby done ghosted her. The friends they can't really relate to her. So yeah, she was just looking for somebody that she could lean into and lean on.
That's true.
Yo, speaking of the friends, this is random. Do you, do you feel like she fit in that friend group?
No.
Okay, I felt like that too. I felt like she is one of those things that like they friends just because of proximity. You know what I'm saying? But like if they went to college, that they would go their separate ways because I feel like she didn't fit in with them at all.
Yeah. So now, as they started getting picked off, I do think I did like the dynamic between her and school. I did like that a lot because he was really out there. He was really looking out for her.
He was.
In that situation. I enjoyed his character a lot, even though I didn't like him a lot at the same time.
You ain't like school? Well, yeah, I can see why you ain't like school.
He was kind of weird, kind of weird, but I get it. I like the balance between the balance of comedy and horror in here. They did a great job in doing that because to make those jokes land they had landing, I was just like, man, what the? I was like, they doing a good one. They're doing a good one.
I would say with the dialogue, like it felt natural. It didn't sometimes like so when we were talking about Black Christmas, the 2019 one, like that dialogue felt very, very, very forced. But this felt like
that entire movie felt
oh my
forced.
God.
Like I get it at the same time. Like you try to because you want to have the one thing in a horror movie they have is the social commentary. So within this one, I feel like it was consumerism, capitalism. You had gun control because I love I love that guy. I love the McCarty, whatever his name was, whatever McCarty was. I love his, and I would have been mad if he was the killer. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would have been mad if he was the killer. I just enjoyed his character a lot. So when he pulled up to the school on them, he was like, they're like, you can't sell drugs and drinks to us. He was like, nah, I'm selling guns. They was like, what? He's like, yeah, I just want to give everybody a gun. So that way it was an even playing field all the way around, right?
But I'm with you, yo. Like same thing. Like I feel like this dialogue wasn't forced, but that movie, it felt like Black Christmas felt like a Twitter thread, you know, and this movie felt like how teenagers or like maybe like college students would talk. So I appreciate it with that. And about Scoob, I liked his character development through the movie because I'm with you. Like at first I'm like, I don't dislike him, but I don't really care for him. By the end, I'm like, okay, he's solid.
Yeah.
Y'all were sold on his relationship with a Russian daughter?
No.
I mean, I get it. High school relationship. Like, not saying like they like, just like sometimes high school relationships be random like that. You ain't like it?
Yeah. I thought it was what it was supposed to be. I didn't expect him to be with no Tiana.
You're not gonna have no sister in no situation like this. But I thought she was a regular white girl until her dad showed up, and I said, same. "Oh, he's Russision." Yeah. Oh, this is kind of weird, and they're going to Florida, where it's safe.
But that was in Boston, so it made sense. Well, it was in Massachusetts.
No, they was in Plymouth.
That's what I meant in Plymouth. After they were in Massachusetts, so it made sense. That's typically what the people with money they do. They go to the South until the winter's over with.
Well, I guess I'm down here, so I'm not one of the ones going south.
Yeah, same.
But how did y'all feel about when we finally got the meetup between Bobby and Ryan? Because obviously Jessica did not mention that she is now with Ryan to Bobby, because you don't need to tell him that shit, sis. He ghosted you for a whole year. He was like, all right, hold on. Here come Ryan. Let me make sure I get him out of here. Ryan was like, oh, this is my bitch now. Chris, what did you think about this scene when you saw the two men, the old bae and the new bae?
Well, I thought that was a funny scene where he still thought like that dynamic was the same. That was like, oh, let me get him out of here. Like you would have thought he would only been gone for like a week or two, the way he was talking. But it's like it's been a whole year. Like that dynamic's not the same. So, but I like that. Like Ryan was really smug. But it worked for the character. It worked also for that another red herring, like Jason said, that okay, this dude's an asshole. Like maybe he's the killer, you know. But then I'm thinking like it wouldn't make sense for him to kill all these people if he only has beef with Ryan. Beef with Bobby, excuse me. So I never really seriously thought that he was the killer, and I think that's a point to where I think it was on the nose, and they didn't necessarily need to have him be so smug, so arrogant, such a dickhead.
I agree. I agree, but I do think this is where I'm gonna go into my Halloween ends
Uh-huh.
point, because we always talk about if Corey was in the first one or the second one, it would have made sense for it to flip because we at least would have known who this person is. So I don't know if they're gonna make this a trilogy, if it's gonna even be a sequel, whatever it is. But in this the dynamic between them two, I can see it where one of them could possibly become that later on, especially Ryan considering. So if they play it right, I think it could be, if there was a trilogy, of course you bring back the killer from this one, and the second one they get killed, stopped or whatever, and then in the third one it turns out to be him because of how she treated that situation.
Mhm.
Like you use me, whatever it is, in that situation, and you just went back to the dude that made you look or feel a certain way, so I'm gonna do this to him type thing. Like that was my thought in that.
I would only be here for a sequel if it's a different holiday. I don't know, like a Thanksgiving too. I
I
don't know if I
said,
would
I
like.
said, I said, so I said that too, and I was
Uh-huh.
trying to think, and I was thinking of, should it be a different holiday or should it just? I mean, like I don't. So that part, I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, because I don't. I mean, I know that with Kincaid, with him, his body being missing, set up for a sequel. But if it's just like Thanksgiving, it wouldn't really make. I mean, I guess it would make sense for him to continue his work. But I don't know if I would necessarily be here for that. Like
I mean,
maybe,
you there for Michael Myers?
well, because okay, that's true. That's true.
He only comes out around Halloween.
That's true.
But Kincaid is a regular man.
Yeah,
Michael Myers is a demon.
yeah.
So
What's that? My Bloody Valentine. They
Yeah, my
like
blood. Yeah.
they come back, years later after.
no, it's only one person, and as soon as they're dead, they out of here. So they
It's
don't
a
come back the following year.
But
Got you.
also,
Got
but
you.
with the scenario you said, Jason, there would be a new killer, so there would be no reason for them to still be coming back for Thanksgiving. With Kincaid, like Thanksgiving was the year of the massacre, so I feel like that would be an opportunity for them to explore another holiday. I wouldn't be necessary. I mean, I would watch Thanksgiving too, but I think a new holiday would be pretty cool too.
But why would I mean? But if it was, say, if it was a different killer and they took it up to
Uh-huh.
do it, why not do it at that same exact time? We never found him, so now it's somebody else pretending to be this person and they did it, or if they killed Kincaid and now they're the new killer or whatever.
So if that's presented, I'm not gonna lie to you, Spyglass can kiss my ass. And I say that because you're basically taking elements from Scream and putting it to a different franchise because you
True.
fucked up a franchise.
True.
Now, you got both of them, two solid slashers, to where you can definitely build on it. And I was gonna ask you guys, like, how do y'all feel about slashers that have holiday themes? Because we've been discussing Black Christmas, the one that came out in 2019, trash as fuck, but the one that dropped in 2006, a lot better.
Mhm.
And so you have that slasher. Then you also have, I think Silent Night that dropped last year. I haven't seen that, Jason. I think you saw that one that had the actor that was in Stranger Things.
That, but that's not a horror though. That was like an action movie.
Oh, I thought it was a
It
slasher.
it got labeled as horror, but it's really not. It's more like an
Really?
action thriller. Yeah, it's under for so if you look on look up horror
That
movies.
was like what was the movie? That was like damn near the
Are you
Bruce
talking
Die
about
Willis
Hard?
Christmas.
Die Hard?
It's like it almost like Die Hard. Yeah, that's what it was like. It was like Die Hard, but a kid
Wow.
but a kid
Okay.
is guiding him.
I'm not. Maybe it's because like there's such a high body count, but then you could say the same thing about John Wick. But I've seen it under horror list, and it's funny. I actually started that
Mm-mm.
movie today, and I'm watching.
I enjoyed it. It was real good though.
Yeah, I'm only like 20 minutes in, so I'm gonna restart it. But it's pretty cool so far. But it's not horror from what
That's
I'm
Gotcha.
watching.
Yeah, no, that's action. That's definitely action.
Okay. But like others, like real slashers, then that have
Mhm.
like a holiday theme. Like, how do y'all feel about those? Because this is the first one that I could think of that was a slasher for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving doesn't get too many holidays outside of
Mhm.
soul food. Go check out our soul food review. And so I think the way that they did this, perfect. I thought it was really creative, but you also have like stuff around Christmas and of course Halloween. And then I would say I Know What You Did Last Summer can be like a 4th of July holiday movie. So like how do y'all feel about slashers that's centered around holidays?
I looked up some. I looked up a few today. Like I was just like, what are some Halloween? You know, you got April Fools today as well.
And then Valentine.
Yeah, My Bloody Valentine.
Of course, Leprechaun is always around. Is St. Patrick's Day.
Is that set on St. Patrick's Day, or
it's around? It's not.
Got you.
I wouldn't count Leprechaun because I wouldn't consider that a slasher because you have a supernatural creature. So you got to think of a movie that has like a normal.
So you don't see you don't count Chucky as a slasher?
I wouldn't in the context of this question.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because a regular human killing other humans. Like y'all know what I'm trying to say.
But I get it. Like as far as when I get it when it comes to that, like to holidays. So this was Thanksgiving. What would be the next holiday you would want them to be censored or themed around?
So I'm not. Oh, and then we also the blackening was Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
Yeah, we got us a holiday around there. So look, the right writer. Let me get him MLK slasher. Boom.
No.
No,
that could be the blackening too.
No, that could be like a blackening too.
They're blanking.
Yeah, they are.
Too.
They are. So like, if you get you a good writer, like an MLK slasher, and it's like
they got to kill some of the cast, huh?
They got to kill some of the cast, and then they leave evidence on an MLK street in that city, which is why I'm not saying the city because there's an MLK in every city, but I'm just saying the evidence and crumbs are going to be left on the MLK in that city, but the murder doesn't happen there. And which is what the killer gets labeled the MLK killer, but they're not killing nobody black. Somebody gonna take my idea and I'm gonna be like, fuck y'all, and you're not even subscribed, you little shit. But
speaking of slashers, Hulu had a Halloween special where they had it was almost it was like a TV series, almost like it was like 50 minute, so not quite a movie, but more so like an anthology series. And I want to say they touched on different holidays. I know they did Thanksgiving. I want to say they did New Year's Eve and maybe Easter.
You talking about that short story?
Yeah,
with Kevin Smith. Yeah. Holidays. It's called Holidays.
Yeah, so it was like holidays we don't typically see, and some of them were pretty good. Some they were kind of hit or miss. I mean, I wouldn't say they were necessarily like mind blowing. Another I would say the original Black Christmas is even better than the 2006 one. That's actually that's a great movie
in the 70s.
Yeah, that was I rewatched that. Well, actually, I think that may be the first time I saw it actually, but that was a great movie and it holds up really well. 70s horror, like. They were really they took horror seriously, and there's some really good films from there.
Did they take it seriously?
Some there were some good ones. Some there's always gonna have some bullshit, but When a Stranger Calls is good. I've heard good things about Suspiria. I personally never seen it, but a lot of people recommend it. But I've personally never seen it.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely gotta add that to the list. But
it's long. It's 2 of them too.
But back to the movie, we get our second murder in the apartment. We get our security guard that said, fuck y'all, I'm out, and ran away. Jason, in this scene, what out of 10, what would you give this death?
This was nice. It was clean, smooth. I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8 because I like how he pulled it. The whole setup of the scene was dope as well.
Okay. Were you expecting the type of dialogue we got? Because we got a quote. I am a security guard. I kill people every day. Oh, really?
I wanted after my third rewatch, I was like, he should have the killer should have been talking to him. Because we wouldn't like some kind of way been talking, but I think they're trying to go like you said, trying to get away from the scream thing. So them using the voice changer or something like that would have messed it up, and then us knowing the voice would have also messed it up. But him like, you sure you ain't scared, pussy? You ran last time.
I would have immediately thought the killer was black, and I would have said Scuba.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
if you would have said some shit like that, I'd be like, oh, that Scuba is definitely the killer, because who is saying that?
Yeah, that's definitely some black shit.
The only black guy in town. But
well, it was two.
Who was it?
Oh, the dude got trampled. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
out of here. He's no longer in town, Jason.
The turkey guy.
He was black.
R.I.P.
Yo,
he was black. Yo, Jessica is a snitch. She should have died. We're gonna get to that bitch. But Chris, in this scene, like, we saw him using his cat. He's like, let me know where he's at, boo. Let me know where he's at. Cats can't be trusted in no way, shape, or form. So I don't know why the fuck you thought in this situation you could trust your cat. But like, how did you like the way that he decapitated him? Is that something? Because he was chopping a lot of people's heads off, but you don't really see too much of that in like slashers outside of Michael Myers, of course. Like, how'd you feel about this death?
I mean, I liked it. I'm with Jason. I would give it an 8, maybe an 8.5 because it was funny. You know, I feel like the movie did a really good job of balancing the humor with like the violence. And I think, Jason, you and I were talking about like the difference between like a parody and a black comedy. I feel like there's a little bit of combination of both, maybe. You know, but I think that this is the black comedy because like this is like a situation we're not supposed to be laughing at, but like the jokes, the comedy, the humor worked really well. I thought there was good tension with him stealing his passport so he can't leave. You know, because sometimes we'll be watching movies and like, okay, why don't y'all just get out? But he can't leave without the passport. So I like this a lot. You know, the use of the cat I think was good because he obviously was scared. Like, he did not want to go around that corner, so he wanted the cat to do his dirty work. You know, why you would depend on a cat? Like, maybe a dog might, bark or something, but that cat was chilling. You know, but I like this scene a lot. Like, this was at this point in the movie, like the movie really had me, and I'm invested. I'm like, who is the killer? And I'm really enjoying myself here.
Yeah, I love the fact that he was about to leave, and the cat was like, bitch, I helped you. Could you fill up my food bowl?" And he did. So it's just like, oh, so he's not even in a rush. And obviously he is a fan of cats, because he gave the little cat a head nod, like, all right, here you go. Killed your owner, took his head, and we see what he did with it. So he's just making a whole Thanksgiving table. You see 2 of the victims at the table. And so like when I saw this scene, I was just like, oh shit. I see what he's doing. He's about to just kill everybody and just bring them to his Thanksgiving table. And so we see the next day, like, he's taking pictures and he tags everybody. That's a wild thing to wake up to,
bruh. That's what so I went I think, like I said, I went to the movies to see this. The first time it was kind of quiet. The second night, which was last night when I went to go see it, it was rowdy. I'm glad I had already seen it, because hadn't I would have been pissed off. But like, the dude next to me, he was like talking to the screen the entire fucking movie. And then you hear someone, she was like, "Oh, imagine waking up to some dead bodies on your phone."
That would have drove me crazy. I'm with you. I couldn't have watched that. That couldn't have been my first time.
Black people crazy, man. Like, why?
So I'm in between. So I'm black couple next to me. You hear him talking. You hear a few people down. You hear a black lady. She talking loud as hell. And there was some white guys right next to me talking loud. I'm like, God damn! I'm glad y'all enjoying this shit.
Yeah, they had you in hell.
Yo, I would have been sick.
Yeah,
I'm glad I had seen it, but then I was already mad I came in because they locked the damn doors. I'm like, bruh.
What you mean they locked the doors?
Like, going to the movies, like, I picked a late showing, but it was 10:30, so it ain't that late.
Yeah.
Y'all know I like to, I ain't trying to watch no previews. So I pull up right on time. This movie starts 10:30. It's 27 minutes, so it's like 10:50. I'm walking up. I'm like, what the I done pulled on every door, they all locked. I'm like, damn, they done closed this bitch down. Did something happen? They're like, you got your movie tickets. They ain't even scanned it or nothing. I'm like, bitch, yeah, let me in here. So concession was closed, but yeah.
Listen, Jason, during the week, it's a school night. Hell yeah, I'm gonna lock them doors early and on time. It's not Friday or Saturday.
But Tuesday is basically Saturday here, because it's discount Tuesday. So every movie is $5. So that's when it be lit.
Not that Tuesday. Shit. But we pretty much see Jessica is finally able to get access to the video footage because we find out her homegirl is the one who wiped them to try to protect the store. Was it the homegirl or was it the stepmom?
The stepmom did that.
Stepmom, yeah.
It was a stepmom. So the stepmom wiped them because of lawsuits. Now I get why the stepmom did it because she just like, look, if they see this footage, my fiance about to be done. I ain't married. Listen, they not married yet, so it ain't no we yet. We not speaking
fiance.
French.
Okay, you're right.
It's
They
fiance.
Okay.
So she was just like, nah, I gotta go ahead and get this out of here because we don't need this kind of, issues. And Jess is like, looking, I didn't stop her. And now she over there snitching to everybody, but she sees the footage and she pretty much sees Ryan hugging the security guard. He supposedly didn't know nobody. So she kind of caught him in a lie, which makes him an immediate suspect. And as a viewer, it makes us think, oh shit, is he the killer? He lying to his girl who he's been trying to get with for the longest time. Normally dudes that been on the bench for a while, they don't lie to you. That's why you let them marinate on the bench because their loyalty is high. Not that I know, but that's just what I heard. But so we got Jess.
It sounds super personal, but also
very personal.
Within this, Ryan Pete, he should go to see his girl, and Bobby is outside. I would have ran Bobby ass over.
He was just visiting, though. Like
I would have ran Bobby over.
So let me chill. We gonna bring this back up, the running over part, because y'all tried to bash me in chat when I was. Now Jason's like, oh, I would have done it. I'm like, oh, now you would have done it. You judged me when I was about to. It's like, boy, folks in their tone be changing. It be crazy. But we're pretty much, Jess is also, she's back at the sheriff's office, snitching some more with Bobby, and she's snitching on her own dude. Mm-hmm. Chris, do you think she's loyal?
I just don't think she's that into him. Because she's not that loyal, but I feel like she's just using Ryan, just for that companionship. So nah, she not loyal. And she gave him up quick. Now to be fair, I mean it was suspicious that he said that I don't know anybody, but then you clearly see him dapping old boy up. That is pretty suspicious. So at that point in time, I can't give her a pass because she probably did think that, like, okay, it could be Ryan, he could be the killer because he lied, like that's a straight up lie. But then when we saw the reason, then it kind of made sense. But from her perspective at that moment, I could see why she think that, okay, this dude is a killer. So I don't even know if I would necessarily say that he was disloyal. She was disloyal because I could see why she thought he was the killer.
I don't. I'm gonna tell you this. She should whenever she got the information, why not just take it to him? Hey, so you lied. First off, I'm gonna let you clear this up before I do anything else. So what's this? Because you said you didn't know a certain thing. She didn't even talk to him. She went straight to the police. I had an ex that said some shit like that to me. Like, yeah, I would tell the bitch, you would tell on me? Like, I didn't say I'm gonna shoot somebody and throw the gun in your lap. I just said, if something was to happen, you would hold me down. I'm like, I didn't say you didn't have to go to jail. Nothing was gonna be pushed on you. But like, come on now.
Right. See, yeah, that's disloyal. Because that's wild.
All right. First off, let me go to Jason first. Rewind that back. So if I see some shit, like I done caught my man a lie and people's dying, no, I'm not going to him directly because he might be a killer and who else did you tell? Yeah. Nobody, boo. I wanted to come to you. And then what? Two seconds later, where Jazz at?
Yes, yeah, I'm over
a motherfucking cliff. And
okay. So you know what? You're right. But she had a group of friends, and since he wanted to be so buddy with them, bring them, invite them over. Let's have a conversation about this paperwork.
Let me ask this question. Now that she brought that up.
Okay, look at her. She got stipulations for everything.
No, I'm just saying. So no, I'm just asking. Let's just say hypothetically, one of your friends in your group is like, look, I need to speak to my new bae because I think they're a suspect in these murders. I need y'all to roll with me. Jason, you rolling?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And people been showing up dying and shit.
Yeah, if I'm going to go talk to them, just me and you, like if
it's like a group of us.
yeah, exactly. Hell yeah, I'm
Okay.
not. It could just be me and you. No.
So I'm gonna ask this: if they don't tell you, I need you to roll with me. I need to go talk to my boo right quick, but I just need you there with me. But you don't have no context. Would you be pissed off if they think this person is the killer in?
If I found out why they was going to go talk to him and they didn't tell me, we ain't friends no more. We not friends no more because clearly you don't care about my life.
I guess I gotta figure out how close of a friend I am with this person, because if it's like a associate that ain't got promoted yet, I'm not going with you because that shit could turn bad, and I'm not about to be like, nah. I don't know
You
what
shouldn't even be asking an associate that. Like I can't imagine
That's
asking
another
yeah.
Chris.
That's like a
People
close
crazy.
friend.
No,
I
people
mean,
they be like, look, let me get the whole crew. They don't even know that person. You
hell
don't even
no.
know my last name, but you're trying to put me in danger.
Hell no. That's like best friend. Like I wouldn't even feel comfortable asking someone that is like just I'm not that close with. Like that's like my like someone I'm tight with, someone I consider family. And if we not that tight, or even if we cool, but we ain't cool. Listen, if it's an emergency and we cool, then okay. But like if we just associates, nah, don't put me in that bullshit. Like, nah.
You know, people crazy these days. But I thought this scene was funny because as they were talking about Ryan, you got Bobby with his hair looking all nice and luscious. Yeah, if I see Ryan, I'm gonna handle him. And here go Jessica. No, you're not. Don't say nothing to him. He was like, all right, I act like I'm cool. I don't know who wrote this scene. I thought it was fucking terrible. I thought this one scene, like the dialogue was terrible because you got Kincaid sitting there like, yeah, fuck all that. Bitch, go back to class. But if you got any more news, let me know. Like, that's what his presence was in that scene. So I thought that was weird. And then we get the classroom scene.
Too funny. This shit.
Y'all.
That was funny. Yeah, that was funny.
There were so many different scenes in this movie that had nothing to do with the storyline, but it was so fucking entertaining. And the dude with the hose was one of those moments that was extremely entertaining.
Yeah, nah, that was too funny. He telling his story, he all sad. He got his washboard abs.
Oh God, I said, damn. But I was like, high school. I was like, down. I was like, golly.
But yeah, no, this scene was too funny, especially after because he kept like bullying this kid for this paper. And now that he gave it to him, he gave him some bullshit. He was like, shit, you ain't paid me. So shit, you getting some bullshit.
He ain't getting no bullshit though. He got the teacher's blog.
Some bullshit.
So you got that good shit. It just ain't no shit you can use.
And then after he was like, I'm finna kill this kid. He was like, well, let's think of it this way. You probably would die before you can kill him. Or you probably would die before you kill him or before you get suspended for plagiarism. I was like, don't joke about that. He was like, you're right. Plagiarism is bad.
It is. Yeah. And it was a black teacher.
Do you think that this dude had
two.
like that's four black
That's four.
Yeah. Do you think that this dude, I don't even remember his name. Do you think that maybe he had like a bigger role in like the director's cut, maybe? Because I do maybe think that like I have one reason for like why this scene was put in there, but it does seem kind of random. Like it doesn't really push the movie forward, but it is funny.
You're talking about the short guy?
Yeah, dude who was writing the paper. Or who was supposed to be writing the paper.
I think his whole thing was just to tie him to Evan, but also tie him to the McCarty party at the end. Because remember, he was the security guard for McCarty, the entire time.
No, not him. I'm talking like Evan. No. Yeah, you're right. That's okay. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking, all right, this is kind of random, but I was thinking that, okay, so up to this point, Evan to me was really unlikable and he was being a dickhead. So I felt like he, of course, got killed, spoiler. But up until this point in time, like maybe they thought the viewer wouldn't be able to enjoy the movie if nothing happened to Evan to this point, if he just got away with being a dickhead. So maybe like this was put in there to be like, okay, like he kind of got like what was coming to him.
So since you said that, this is just
Uh-huh.
now me thinking about it. So
Mhm.
when he does get killed, you do
Yeah.
see the cheers and the what's it called of the people online, like thumbs up
Yeah.
hard and like, yes, he finally got what he.
Yeah.
And but that entire scene was crazy anyway.
Yeah,
But
it
yeah,
was.
he said sometimes you just go. Sometimes you gotta give it go crack him across the head with it.
That was
Damn.
wild. Because I'm with you, Jazz. Like, this really doesn't move the story forward. So I'm just thinking that, like what is the reasoning for this? I'm not mad at it because it's funny, but like, what's the reasoning? So I don't know. Maybe that was why.
I think it was just like I said. I think it's just like the I mean, so I'm thinking about Scream. Everything. I mean, so there's a lot of this movie. Everything about it reminds me of Scream. So it kind of it's either like the scene where um they're at school.
Hmm.
But I think it's like like it was scenes like there's like filler scenes that really, I mean, it doesn't really tie to anything in there.
Yeah.
But the next immediate scene is them taking their suspect list. It's them
Hmm.
picking out who they think and why these different people are the killers in the actual town.
Hmm.
With so going into that, so I think it was just a lead up to that,
Got you.
and I mean, and it worked. I mean, as
It
far
did.
as when it comes, because I mean, you gotta give some, I guess, just make it entertaining, in that. But I do think it also tagged on to just making Evan seem more like a dick and more like a douche, as
Got
we
you.
kept going.
Yeah, and that made me think of the scene in Scream 1 where you have all of them out eating. You have the whole group together and they're talking about Casey's death
At the fountain.
at the fountain. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
To
yeah, yeah.
where that actually, I think that scene helped move the plot.
Yeah, I feel like that scene
So
made a lot of
That's
sense.
right.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's what
it
I mean. That's
did.
right. So that's why I said when them in the next. So this is just them at school, and then it moves them to the room, but they have to, but they go around and say we only can trust this group here.
Right.
Like we have to stick together.
So let me pick a different scene from Scream 1. I'll pick the scene where they're when Sid and Tatum are in the grocery store.
Yeah, that was some bullshit.
That scene made no sense because Ghostface is not
And
running around into broad daylight stalking Sid. I'm like, all right. I never thought that was like real, as in I thought that was just like her imagination is doing that shit because
I
she had
thought
already got attacked by that time. So
I don't think like you don't think so. Like I don't think it was the Ghostface at the school neither, though, right? I think that's what it was.
No, I think Ghostface was at the school because they redid that scene in 3. But the grocery store, I feel like that was just probably
In 3.
No, one.
No, in 3 you kind of redid that scene because it was Angelina.
Mm-hmm.
Because she when Sid kicked the door open in the bathroom, Angelina dropped all her shit when they had that whole interaction.
So I think I think that was like an homage to the original movie, but I still don't think that was actual. I think that was just some kids at the school fucking with her. Like them kids was horrible, but I think they were just fucking with her because they running around the school with the mask, like just Ghostface mask, fake knife and shit like that. Like I just think it was just kids fucking around. I don't think that was Stu or Billy at that point. I think it was just kids playing around.
Do you think it was Stu or Billy in the bushes at Tatum's house and in the grocery store?
The grocery store, that's the one I'm like, I think that may have been just people just playing around. Now in the bushes, I do think there was Stu. It had to be Stu.
That was definitely Stu. Yeah, that was for sure Stu.
Because he goofy as fuck.
Yeah.
So Billy ain't in the bushes.
Nah.
Billy
Billy is more tactical. Like he like
you give him a lot of credit.
Because I'm just saying like he's a lot more tactical in that sense of it. And like now they don't, I mean, now they're even showing the different ways that they kill and stuff like that. So it was, they showing you hear Stu, oh, slow down. He running with the knife, slow down.
What?
But I gotta send it to you. They turn the music up and you hear every time Stu is chasing somebody, he's like, hold on, slow down.
Okay. Yeah, I need that in my life. What were you about to say, Chris?
Nah, but also to Jason's point, that makes sense because Stu was just there for the vibes. Like, so it makes sense that like he was bullshitting because he ain't even really have no reason. Like his boy just said, like, I need to kill my girlfriend. And he was like, bet, so it makes sense that,
which is crazy. Like
that's wild. That is wild. But go ahead.
I was gonna say he probably was like, yo, let's go ahead and get Casey out of here. She dumped me. And you know what? Kill her boyfriend Phil too. Like, he probably was suggesting names, Stu.
But I love that motivation. That Stu like just didn't have one. Like I think that's one of the best motivations in horror. That like
I
he was
agree.
just there. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that like he needs a reason. You know, I know there's like theories and everything, but him just being like him just what did he say? Like peer pressure? Or he said that he's highly impressionable or something.
He was bullshitting.
He said
He
that
bullshitting.
he said that after he got caught, but before
Yeah.
that, he was like, because he said, "What? Who needs a motive?"
Nah.
And then that's when but
Love
Billy,
it.
that's when he was like, "Dang, you bitch ass nigga, you got a motive, nigga. You had a reason for doing it."
When Sid was on the phone with them, Sid was like, Billy has a motive. What do you have? He was like, pure pressure. Yo,
That's funny as
I
hell.
fucking love that scene. Yo, fuck Spyglass. They're destroying my favorite franchise.
Oh, ain't not destroying. That shit is done.
Damn.
That shit's done. I'm sorry. Listen, I love it too. I love it, but that's I mean, listen, I'm sorry. I'm in the acceptance stage of grief.
I'm still in denial because I'm just like, nah, they can't end it like this. Not like this. Not like this. But like Jason was saying, we have the group coming together trying to figure out who the killer could be. Here go Evan. Yo, let's just go beat his ass. And his girlfriend's like, let the police handle it. And so, all right, if y'all were in this situation, would you just give it to the police, let them handle it? Or would you just be like, let's do our Scooby-Doo shit and figure out who the killer is and just go handle it myself? Jason, how would you handle it?
The main thing I would have been focusing on is making sure my friend group was okay. So I probably would have wanted us to stay with each other. Like that would have been because clearly they had the money to do this. Like all of them had the money, but there would have been a situation where we would have just needed to be together. I wouldn't have been trying to go out there like you said on Scooby-Doo vibes. Hell no. Nah. But strapping up, any of that, I would have tried to get us together. But I wouldn't have been out there trying to figure it out. Hell no, this motherfucker is maneuvering. This nigga cutting heads off. He cut a body in half. Hey, what can we do with that?
A lot.
Shit.
Jazz, you going Scooby-Doo with that?
Hell no. I'm going to Florida.
Yeah, I'm with Yulia. We going to Florida. I'm not Scooby-Dooing shit.
I wouldn't have been packing shit. It was like, hey, let's just leave
We
right
out
now.
of here.
Like as soon as that first body dropped, and I know that like I'm on that list, like nah, I'm letting the police earn their money and I'm leaving. Like nah, especially when like they know you, because you don't even know who you're looking for. They know
Exactly.
you. You know what I'm saying? So you're at a disadvantage. So nah, I'm not hunting down anything.
They've been tagging you for days. Hell no. Nah, I'm good. I'm not the kind to
clearly they're a bit too tactical. I'm gonna let them have it.
I mean, we see that these high school students were more prepped and ready for shit than the cops. But we know why that is, because the sheriff is the killer. So there's that. But we pretty much we see Bobby and Ryan, they meet up again at the setup of the parade. And so they exchange some words. They over here fighting over Jessica indirectly. And Bobby's just like, look, I'm back in town. Nobody said I was leaving on Monday. I'm about to get my bitch back and you about to be up out of here. And Ryan's like, nah, bro, you're not taking her from me. At this point, I did not suspect either one of them to be the killer. I'm like, there's no way y'all doing all this for Jessica.
Yeah, because the killer was about business. He was standing on business as the kid, like to say. It couldn't have been them two guys. They wouldn't even fight.
They just talking. I'm gonna push your teeth in. Nah, no words. Do what you need to do. But I don't think Ryan was doing anything in that pilgrim outfit. He was looking quite racist. But what you gonna say, Jason?
I was saying, he just had he had the necklace, the jewelry, the ring. He was flossed up in that the little pilgrim, which is the scariest costume ever in life.
And they even had scuba in it. Where you think Ryan was on January 6th?
He was out there.
Probably was.
Yeah, he was definitely out there.
Yo, he made it through the gate.
Man, look.
Well, if he wasn't out there, he was rooting them on. He definitely gave me that energy for sure. Like he was definitely cheering.
He was definitely sending some money for they GoFundMe. Those are patriots. But we get our next murder. Our Hanover jock and his cheerleader bag. Chris, this death scene out of 10, what do you give it?
2 for 1.
What would I give this one? Probably a 7.
Really?
Yeah, I'll probably give it a 7. Because I guess like it felt. Well, I was gonna say the other ones were expected too. I mean, I guess because neither one of them put up like. Well, I guess no one really put up a fight at this point. I guess the first chick, the woman from the diner, she at least ran away. He didn't really put up a fight too much, so it wasn't like a bad scene.
He didn't see it coming.
Well, yeah, he didn't put up.
Right.
Yeah, neither one of them did. So, like, I guess maybe I either want to see like a character put up a fight or have a great chase scene. I'm cool with some deaths just coming coming kind of unexpected, and those are cool. But I guess like with that, they have to get kind of creative, which I guess the one on the trampoline she did. So I guess that one I like better. But it was a cool death. Didn't blow me away, but it was cool.
Okay. Jason, what do you give it?
I give it an 8 because you know it's happening, but like I think this movie was very effective with the jump scares, so it got me when it was like, what is he gonna do? Is he like gonna stab him in the back? He gonna whatever? And it was like boom, broke it. I'm like, damn, he broke his neck. I'm like, damn, this bitch jumping on a trampoline, find destination. What's gonna happen here? Like, is he just gonna leave her? But I remember Jessica told on her, so no, actually Bobby told on her, so she got out of here too.
Yeah. I would give this probably a 9 because when he was pushing them knives through that trampoline and you saw it go through her foot, I said, God, you son of a bitch. And then he just kept going and she just kept jumping. Like there was nothing she could do. She couldn't just jump off after getting cut in the foot. This bitch probably didn't know what was going on and she just kept getting stabbed.
The unexpected, like that'd be the ones. Like you just be like, bruh, ain't nothing you can do.
Now her death I like better than his. Like the first one I would give that a 7. This one I would have given probably like an 8, at least an 8, because like I've never really seen anything on a trampoline, so that was cool.
Right.
And it's like if you jump in and somebody just starts stabbing, I mean maybe you can try and get off, but like Jazz said, this kind of like you kind of stuck a little bit.
That's how the Final Destination was like that. When she was doing the gymnastics, I don't think she was on the trampoline.
Oh yeah, she was on the somersault thing. What's it called? The beam, I think.
Yeah,
I think. Oh no,
was it the ball? Like
no,
she
it was like the beam because she was doing like the balance beam, and then it was like a stick pin that was on there, and so she stepped on it, fucked her up, and then we saw what happened to her trying to do her jump. She got fucked up. I saw her bones.
Yeah. I think you said you don't like that. That makes you kind of queasy, right? Like,
I don't like seeing bones come out of people's body because I just like nah. Cut them up like they do in Saw, but I don't want to see the bones.
But it works well because if it can get a reaction out of me, then that's good horror. But I'm with you, Jazz. I'm like, ooh, it just makes my
I think every death in here made me do that, but my favorite death is coming up here soon.
But since we obviously had a death, the football game is canceled.
This motherfucker.
Evan has a fucking panic. Like, he spazzed out. He has a hissy fit. All of that stupid shit. I'm not gonna lie. So this movie, the chase scenes weren't in it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't like the chase scenes, what you mean?
No, I didn't like the chase scenes in this movie.
I preferred the second one over the first one, but I'm with you.
So you prefer the one where the
Kathleen, the stepmama.
That was fire.
So
fire.
I like the tension of it. Like I like it made me think of Scream 2. Like that whole the whole tension, the way it plays up, like her trying to escape and looking, and like this movie borrowed so many different things from so many different movies.
Oh, we gonna bring them up.
But they did a great job with it. Even like, I just seen Hush, so even with that scene they had in here was like super dope.
Yeah, I would say like this scene, y'all know it's a killer around. People are dying, but y'all just like, all right, so we in school. Y'all go ahead and do what y'all need to do. I'll be out here. You split up. You do not split up just for him to change his clothes, bitch. I'm going with you. Yeah. I'll be outside the locker room because they went far. What are y'all doing?
Pause. I'm seeing some balls.
Everything?
Pause. I'm seeing balls. If he bare neck, we could just see him. Pause. Yep.
All right, that energy. Either way, nobody's dying if it's all three of us.
That nigga said, "Oh, that's weird."
Okay, question. How was he able to get both of them? And your boyfriend is a football player that be out here punching people.
That nigga was badass, bro.
But Jason, wait. Y'all, stop it. You are able to knock out two people and you didn't use your gun. You used a cloth. That means you covered up the boyfriend's face, waited till he knocked out while the girlfriend is still sitting there because she's probably just screaming, but nobody heard the screaming because obviously Jessica's still in front of the school.
Texting. Not paying attention.
That's actually not unrealistic to me that she could knock out two people.
And Jazz, okay, so, and I'm gonna say within that, because I just told you about the incident outside, and Jakar was just like that. Like, what happened?
Jason.
Like, didn't hear. Like, I'm just saying,
these are kids, two grown
people. They teenagers.
They are teenagers. He graduates next year.
He's still a teenager. He's 17.
Jason. All right, y'all not about to be sitting up on this motherfucker.
I'm not. So look. I'm not
about a 17-year-old.
I agree with you that I don't know how he got both of them. One of them should have been able to run.
Like
that should have been dead. That should have been at least one dead body or something.
I needed to see some blood.
To be able to grab them, put them away, and for her to come around there and not see none of that shit happen.
That's okay. That part is unrealistic that he did all of that. And so I guess like the part that isn't unrealistic
with the cops outside.
Yeah. I guess like it's not unrealistic to me that he could knock out two people, but that he could do it that quickly and get away with it. And the fact that like one of them didn't get away. That's the part that where like you got to suspend your disbelief, because if you knock it out me, like Jazz, you run away, or maybe it was a thing of like she tried to fight him off.
No, if it was, I'm gonna tell you. So look, if you and Jazz was out there and they killed him, he knocked you out, Jazz is gonna get caught.
You fucking lying.
Jazz not running. Jazz not gonna run.
Jazz is gonna run. Now, if it's a motherfucking killer that be running too, hey, he might get me. He might, because this killer was running.
He was running.
That's what I'm gonna say. He was running.
I need me a Michael Myers kind of killer that's gonna walk. So then, but I'm definitely leaving you there. I'm not going to try to fight them to save you.
Wow, that's crazy.
What if we both die? Somebody got to tell our story, and I'm gonna be like, Chris went out. He was a hero. You know,
that's crazy. You just gonna let me die?
I'm not letting you do nothing. I'm trying to save me. Like, what are you talking about, Chris? But hold on. To be fair, if he knocked me out first and you were able to run away, my nigga, go. Just tell them I went out like a G and make sure they have a really GoFundMe so my funeral can be fired. What is the point of both of us sitting there dying? That's my only question.
No, that's true. And honestly, probably what happened, old girl probably tried to fight him off. Like he probably got
that. Ain't enough love in the world, bitch. You gonna find a new boo when you get to college. If you get to college. This a high school sweetheart. And he an asshole. Fuck him. I would have left so fast.
Yeah, she should have left him because he an asshole. But damn, you leaving your boo?
Bye.
That's wild.
Especially in high school? Oh, hell yeah.
Then Jessica just walking in the through the hallways alone by herself. I did like when he, you know, I like the use of the phone when she seen him behind him and they went to this school. What the fuck kind of school is this? First off, god damn, they got a whole salon in that bitch, and she up in there and she got and she was hiding behind the mannequin heads. And she just sitting there, just looking like, I'm like, clearly he can't see between these little bit of eyes in his head.
Jason, we all saw Django. I can't see nothing out these motherfucking holes. So there you go. But hold on, did this scene remind y'all of the movie Valentine? Because it was very similar. Because there was a death at the beginning of that movie where the girl was running from the killer, and she went into a room that was full of. It was a morgue. And so she went into a room full of dead bodies in bags.
I'm thinking of Wax. What's that Wax movie?
No, House of Wax. No.
That's what I'm thinking of. I don't think I've seen Valentine.
You haven't seen Valentine?
You saw My Bloody Valentine?
I haven't seen it.
It's not called My Bloody Valentine. That's in 3D. Valentine dropped in 2002.
Oh, I know what movie you're talking about.
It had Denise Richards.
Okay, I seen the one with Soldier Boy in it. Not
Yes.
that's my bloody.
yeah, no,
That's
yeah,
not okay.
that's my
Okay, so
bloody
okay, yeah,
Valentine.
I didn't see Valentine. Okay, I think
Okay.
I was looking for that today though. I was looking for that
It's
today
hard
because
to
I was
find it
looking.
on streams.
It used to come on
Damn.
HBO all the time. I know what movie you're talking about now because
Yeah.
they pull a prank on the girl from middle school or something,
So that
or
was
the
pretty.
boy.
That's Jawbreaker. Not just playing. I don't know.
That is
Well, that is
Jawbreaker,
Jawbreaker,
but
yeah.
in this one, it was a girl was making out with a boy, and then everybody found him under the bleachers,
That's
and
right.
they played his face and all the other shit.
Okay, that's right. Okay, I
But
know. Yeah, I've seen that.
she was trying to hide from the killer, and the killer went to a room full of corpses that were like bodies zipped up. So this motherfucker's like, let me just stab all of them. And then he got to the last one, and her stupid ass was in there, and she got her throat slashed. It's okay to spoil it because that movie is at least 20 years old. But I immediately thought of that scene. I have to send that to y'all so then y'all gonna be like,
I'm gonna watch them. Tell me just send me the. If you say Denise Richards, I'm gonna look for it. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. But that's what this scene reminded me of because I was just like, when Sis was sitting there and he started like fucking up the other wig heads, she was like, oh shit, I hope he don't come this way. And I was like, you're gonna have to make a smooth exit, sis. But here she go making all this noise.
The movie, the theater, like, bitch, stop, bitch, don't touch the hairspray. I think she was smart though, because I think she knocked it down, but she picked it up real quick as he started swinging and then sprayed him. Which I was like, if we go back out, so and I'm watching him outside talk to her. I'm like, damn, his eyes ain't messed up no more. Cause like most people, like they be rubbing their eyes, like, damn, shit.
Jason, the holes was this big, my nigga. Like, what? He probably got more on his nose than his eyes. I don't know. That's what we gonna go with though. But she was pretty much able to escape. Here come Bobby.
Bruh.
And I love Bobby.
The best scene. This is the best scene of the movie. The best scene of the movie. Every time I go to the movies, everybody the laugh in this one is hilarious.
I didn't catch it till the second time I watched it when Ryan pushed his jacket off of her. I said, oh. I'm not gonna lie, the petty level when niggas are dying all around be crazy. I'm like, so y'all really doing this? And here go Bobby. You're such a dick. But how did y'all feel about this scene? Because we also finally get Yulia. We see her father come in and take her out, and we find out that she's going to Florida. Like, Jason, how'd you feel about this scene of how it unfolded with the two fellas arguing, and then Jessica like having to put her holes in check?
You know, she's not my favorite final girl, so it was kind of so I looked her up. She doesn't have much under her belt just yet. So for this to be like one of her first leads and only have like 2 or 3 movies under her belt, I think she did a pretty decent job. But it was overly dramatic, almost. It felt like Cindy in Scary Movie, how she acts when she be tripping out. That's what it felt like.
No, not Cindy.
That's terrible. Yo, that is not good at all, bro. Because I was gonna say like this, it felt like a little bit felt like satire, but like if that's what they were going for, then it worked. But I don't know if that is what they were going for.
I'm gonna say they were, because they played the comedy pretty well. So him coming up, knock the jacket off her back as she's coming up on him. Like, how do you even know that's her jacket? And why the fuck is Bobby walking up taking his jacket off like Superman?
Well, I think that the between them was definitely satire, but her acting, like I don't know if she was intentionally supposed to be over the top like that, or if that was just like her personal.
So now while this is one of my favorite scenes, she does a great job. Like, I think her the one with Jazz, that scene and the scene immediately after that, I feel like they did a great job, because I was like, I felt kind of sad when I'm like, bruh.
Which one?
When the one homegirl got fucked up.
When the girl got through on the saw.
Oh yeah. I was listening to another podcast. They were saying that they thought that scene was unrealistic. And I'm like, nah. I was like, nah.
I came here today to say that shit's real. When I worked at Home Depot, when I worked at Home Depot, man, like so many clumsy and careless people work with them saws, always cutting it. Man, I've seen some shit, and once you grab it, it don't let you go. That's the fucked up part. That's the fucked up part about it. Like, bruh, no, hell nah.
They were saying not that not that scene. They were saying that her and Scuba's reaction was unrealistic. Like
that was real.
That's what I'm saying. I thought that was real too.
Because when you get in a real situation, like you probably sitting there like, bruh,
you panic. You're like, what the fuck?
So he was in complete shock.
She was too.
And he's never used a gun before.
Bruh.
So nah, I think they sold it well in this scene. So yeah. I
think the acting at that point was amazing. I was like, bro, they fucked up at the rest of this movie.
Yeah.
They finally got a scene perfect. Like as far as the emotion, what a person would like is him, and that I think that's what fucked with me because he was like, what am I supposed? What should I do? Because you get in a real situation like that and you can't do nothing, you can't help a person. It's like, bro, what the fuck am I supposed? He asked her like, dude, like show me, like tell me. And she don't got it. She over here like she about to pass the fuck out too. She over here like, oh my god, oh my god.
Now I'm with you. That podcast, I like that podcast, but I thought they were off base because I'm with you. There are sometimes you could see something so crazy that like in the moment you like, I don't know what to do, and like you got your girlfriend just got damn near cut in half. You like, I don't know like what to do. You're the person with you, so I thought that was great acting. Like, I'm totally with you. Like, I thought that was like a scene to where like I thought they sold it well. That's that particular scene.
Remember, Jazz? Remember we talked about earlier this year the music festival horror movie. Like that. I think that should be something because we had our own little incident. We didn't know what was going on. People getting them moving and shaking, and you just see a lot of commotion. And I'm already triggered because I'm thinking everything when it's a crowd of people, I'm automatically thinking back to the Travis Scott show. So we out here, we moving, and you can just see, like I said, you don't know what to do. It's just like I know I need to be doing something in this moment. So yeah.
Yeah, it can definitely get crazy, but in this scene, nothing stood out to me to where I'm just like, all right, y'all exaggerated that. Only thing I would say in this scene was it looks like the visual effects, like the art in her stomach and her guts coming out, that didn't look too believable. But
the visual effects for a lot of these kills was kind of overkill. Yeah, like when it like the dude got his head chopped off and the blood rushing out, I was like, they could have just did like a real piece or something like.
Yeah, you know. That was probably the only thing, but it had nothing to do with the two actors' performance in that scene at all whatsoever.
That might be just Eli Roth style.
That's like that's everybody was saying. Because I'm not familiar to be like, oh, that's Eli Roth. Like, but people were saying, oh my god, this is Eli at his finest or at his best or whatnot. And I'm like, shit, I don't know what that nigga did.
Yeah, some of it can be kind of cartoonish because this was, oh my god, this is actually based off of Grindhouse. I don't know if y'all seen that.
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, and some of those films are just like really over the top. And like almost cartoonish. And I want to say, did he do Sin City?
I think he did. Yeah. Sin City was fire though.
That's
he did Cabin Fever too.
Movie. Love Cabin Fever. The first one.
The first one
too. Okay, because they made a remake of Cabin Fever, and I believe it's on Tubi or something. Yeah, I was watching it and I said, "This is not the people that I know." I said, "Oh hell no, I'm not watching this shit."
He did Cabin Fever, Hostel, Grindhouse. He did a short for Thanksgiving 20 years ago. So he finally got that lit. So oh Man with the Iron Fist, I love that movie.
Okay, that's dope. But so we get to the house party, which seems like a small town version of Ma's house.
Okay.
You got
he got an animated black horror movie on Hulu. I'm going to watch that.
Interesting.
Yeah, report.
Yeah, I know. Interesting. Yeah, that's okay.
We're gonna have to see what that's about. But if it's on Tubi,
no, it's on Hulu.
Okay.
Hulu can be a little hit and miss too, though. Like Tubi, like I don't know, I fuck with Tubi. Like
we know.
Yeah, I fuck with Tubi. But Tubi got some gem. I told you about some of the gems on there.
But see, I look at stuff on Tubi that's not Tubi movies. Tubi originals are trash.
Okay, I feel you. I'm talking about just Tubi as just the app.
Yeah,
The
they got some good
streaming.
stuff on there.
Yeah.
But like their original
Yeah.
movies, yeah, no, I don't watch that shit.
Yeah, Tubi original. Yeah, that's
I
you in
can't.
you in for a ride with the Tubi original.
I'll be just sitting here like I can come up with something better than this shit.
Terror Train was okay.
Chris, we're gonna need a list of all the Tubi movies that you've watched this year.
Oh, I got you.
So we can judge you.
But listen, I'm not saying these movies are good though.
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
just saying, like,
you
I'm
gave
just,
them,
watched it. He watched it.
You gave them time out your life to watch that shit.
You wouldn't even watch it? Like some of them you wouldn't even really?
Hell no. If that shit
Really?
says Tubi original in the right hand corner, I'm not watching it.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm just sitting watching Tubi originals all day.
I mean, it's
But
not like you watch it majority of the time.
no. That's every now and then. Like maybe like late on a Friday night, like maybe like late on a Saturday night, just kind of chilling. Yeah, watch something random.
Give Tubi your weekends is wild.
Just one movie. Just one movie. It's not bad.
Jason, save this brother immediately.
I'm just saying, like a movie, like up because I stay up late. Like I'll be up till like 2, 3, sometimes 4 in the morning.
Being up that late watching Tubi sounds like a nightmare. Just my opinion. But we got the kids at the house party, and we got underage drinking going on, and we have gun selling. Mm-hmm. And Jason, I know that you mentioned earlier how you appreciated how this movie touched on like people utilizing their Second Amendment right. How'd you feel about this scene? Because we see one of your favorite characters in here, and he's kind of giving off vibes of more being a positive character in this story than a negative. So how'd you think about this scene?
I loved it. I loved he kicked the kids out for not knowing their history. Not mine, their history of Ozzy leaving Black Sabbath and them being able to continue their legacy. Which that may be a little thing to go to horror movies or slashers as well, like the way they was putting it in there. But of course they go into the room. I love the same little kid he's just watching white noise on the TV, not even watching shit. He's on White Zinfandel. Like, bro, come on, get it together. But he come in there, he's very resourceful, a lot of weapons, a lot of gadgets and things to get them together. He gave Scoob a big ass, they're like a RoboCop gun. I ain't never seen a gun that goddamn big. He was like, you got some human size shit. And he gave it to him. He like, but be sure you keep the safety on because you don't want to blow your shit off. But I feel like I think he also liked Jessica. Because he was really trying to look out for her. Like he was like, he said, what we gonna do for you? What you need? And she was like, nah, I'm good. He got the gun. So he was like, no, you need some tactical shit here. So you can just see those little moments every time you seen her. He was trying to give her something to make sure she was okay. So
yeah. And I think this scene was unique because rarely in slashers do we see our heroes or our friend group going to get weapons. Normally they try to find weapons when they're in danger. But in here we see them actually preparing for it. And so I thought that was like something different that we saw. And I thought that was dope.
Also,
when we got that.
Also, there was no so it's kind of cliche to have the party, but they weren't going to the party. That's also something.
And then we also got the whole keep the safety on. And we see when he kept the safety on, which is also a homage to Scream 1 when Gail had the safety on trying to shoot Billy. So, I feel like they had a few like classic slasher Easter eggs in this to where you can kind of pick it up as this movie went on. And so we're at Yulia's house. Chris, this death scene, and obviously we spoke on like how her death was when you said about the other podcast, but like prior to that, so did the father and the security die, or did he just tranquilize them?
I think so. I thought that they died, but then when I was looking up the movie, in the summary, they said they just got knocked out.
I think they just got tranquilized.
Oh shit!
I don't think he killed them.
Yeah, they didn't.
Maybe. Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, he didn't kill them.
He was killing people that needed that he thought were involved in the incident a year ago. He wasn't killing unnecessary people.
And you're right, because he came back with that gun too. So you
right.
You might be right. I haven't caught that on my. I watched this shit 3-4 times.
Because when you look at it, it does. Because I don't know if he shoots him in the head, but wherever he shoots him, it just looks fatal. But nah, I don't. I think it was just a knockout.
Yeah, it was just to the chest. Like, he didn't kill anybody unnecessarily. Like you normally see in different slashes, to where people that are around the person that they're focused on. Michael Halloween, motherfucker.
Wait. Michael is he's just unnecessarily evil, so it's different.
That's true. But normally you have
babysitters. What the babysitter did to him? He was with his sister when he got fucked up. He had to kill nobody else.
Why he killing Lori's best friend and live across the street? Go to that bitch's house and kill her. Why are you fucking with me over here? I'm watching kids.
Well, even really, why is he killing Lori to begin with? Lori, at least from the original, she just walking home and he saw her and he decided to chase her for 40 years.
I don't know why he felt the need to kill his sister. Like, why?
And they changed it. They said it wasn't his sister.
Which, I'm sitting here like, I feel like Scream might try to pull some bullshit like that. Like, let's change the storyline up like Halloween did.
They should learn from Halloween and not do that shit. You know, or like just be really careful in how they retcon things.
If you ain't got Sam or Sid, don't make
they can't. They're gonna have to bring somebody back from the original. They wouldn't be able. They wouldn't be able to. I love the twins. I don't even think they can make them. They can't. I don't think they can make them. I don't think they can make them the center.
No.
Yeah. That made me think of The Walking Dead, actually, when Rick left and making Michonne and Daryl the leads. And like The Walking Dead actually never really became a bad show. Maybe declined in 7 and 8, but it just definitely lost some steam.
I said that
quick.
That's when I stopped watching though.
Yeah, so that's definitely because like, but
then Michonne left.
Yeah, so like everyone's because it comes a point to where like you just lose the steam.
How the fuck Rick have a baby by his wife? Rick leave the show, leave his baby with this black woman, then she eventually leaves the show too.
Yeah,
fuck them kids. It's a zombie apocalypse. Realistically, that show should have stopped in season 4 or 5. You talking about it slowed down at 7 or 8?
Well, because it stays good. This is the thing. It don't become bad. Like this is funny. Like
it
10 is
down
actually
Negan. Yeah, it slows down because of Negan, but I think because Negan was just that much of a impact to the show. It because we're going this way, and then he slows the person that you've been rooting for. Yeah, he breaks this person. So you're looking at the show from a different angle, and like I haven't got to 10, but I hear like when it gets to 10, it gets crazy again.
Yeah, 10 is actually like The Walking Dead is a unique show because like the first 5 seasons are some of the best TV. You can match that up with any other TV, and it stacks up really well. Then 6 is still good.
That's introduced to Negan, right? 6.
Yeah, 5. The end of 5 is when you see Negan. And then
so
6,
okay, so yeah. So 6,
7 and 8 is definitely where it declines. 9, I'm like, okay, like it's getting back, and then 10 is like I would say 10 is a great season.
Whenever they kill Rick, other kid, they make
Carl, know his name.
Carl.
I know it. I was just
Carl.
So when you say it can match up to other shows,
yeah,
do you think it can match up to Thrones?
Listen, well, like I think Game of Thrones is a cool 7. So The Walking Dead. First 5 seasons, easily better than Game of Thrones.
All right, we don't need to go down this road because
we down there. We gonna go there. Game of Thrones.
This is not what this is about.
So we're gonna go.
You out your fucking mind. There's no Chris.
I love that conversation.
No,
I love that conversation.
Walking Dead. Nothing can fuck with it. Like season 7 of Game of Thrones is probably
season
the best.
4 of Thrones can kill that shit. Season 4 of Thrones.
Okay, spoiler. When Glenn gets killed, that's better than nothing in Game of Thrones can match.
I told
episodes. That's episode 6. Season 6, episode 1. There is that 7? Is that 7 when Negan comes
out? That's the last episode of 5, and it goes into last episode of 5, and it goes into the first episode of 6.
Okay, so that's the best. I don't think there's no TV better than the episode. I don't think personally.
The only thing that I can think is comparable is maybe the last episode of Breaking Bad. And even then, I don't know.
I haven't watched it. So
Breaking Bad fire.
I'm gonna say when Gus got blown up from Breaking Bad, that was
Fire.
probably better than Glenn's death. And I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna go
It's
out on a
not-
fucking
I'm
ledge.
not- It's not.
In
But
my
it's not.
opinion. In my
It's
opinion.
are we referring to just the death of the entire episode?
Yeah.
Because Glenn's death wasn't a shock because that's in the comic book, but Abraham also getting killed at that same time.
I remember
why
when
he
that
had to
shit
do
was
it.
being talked on Twitter. Nobody even thought about Abraham when that death happened. Everybody was talking about Glenn.
Oh, no, yes, they did. Whoa, time out. Yes, they did.
Not on my
'Cause I was
timeline.
surprised.
No,
Oh,
not
we
on.
not.
Everybody
I'm
was
not
like, "Yo, I don't know what the fuck happened to Abraham." Because everybody was focused on Glenn.
Because everybody was like, damn, they were like, damn, he got the black girl.
Yeah.
He done got killed. And they was like, damn, okay, at least it's over. It's not Glenn. We're gonna keep Glenn. And then Daryl fuck up, punches him, and they was like, oh, I gotta get two bodies now.
I'm sorry.
The tension?
Nothing in Walking Dead, like, yo, no.
And then
Walking
the
Dead
thing
was
Abraham
easily better than
Abraham did the black girl a peace sign before he got killed. It was a whole bunch of shit that was
like the red wedding. Are you telling me the red wedding?
Does not compare.
So.
Wait, the tension. Listen, the tension in that last episode, I've never seen anything like it. Like the suspense, even horror movies don't do it that well.
We could put up a poll. We could do that.
We could do a poll. We could do a poll.
So let's do a poll. This here. We're gonna do because Jazz will argue this to the ends.
And I got time tonight. I'm wide awake. I got time tonight.
Nah, we're not doing another 3-hour episode. We not.
I can talk to you tomorrow.
I can't this conversation to the weekend. The fuck?
Yeah, I'm working remote tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll do it this weekend. We'll definitely do it because you on some bullshit. Say less.
Oh, we'll say less. I'm ready.
Yo, fuck ready. Like, yo.
Stop it.
Whoa.
I said that shit. I said it. Invincible ain't invincible. That motherfucker get his ass beat every episode.
But we see why now.
That is Mark Grayson.
We
Mark
see
Grayson
why
get his ass whooped.
We see why now though. We see why now.
Hey, ain't nobody telling to be a bitch.
He just don't
That's
want to
more crazy, yeah.
But we got Julia's death. We pretty much discussed that, and then we had the homage to.
Wait.
Yes.
We gonna rank it?
But the deaths?
Jason, what would you give this death?
12 out of 10. It was amazing. I loved it. The entire thing. Because you didn't make me, but you was talking about Hush. So I watched Hush, and this is what it made me think about how they played into the main character's impairment. You know, because she can't hear stuff, but you know, he can hear it, and then he's kind of playing with that, and then he stuck her in the ear. Well, first off, before we even get there, anytime you start dealing with body parts like eyes, ears, things like that, it kind of bothers me. So she putting her contacts, and I'm already in my seat, like, okay, like what he finna do? And then you see this nigga in the room, and she's not paying, like, they no awareness, no nothing. She ain't even got headphones in. He took the 2 sticks out the corn and he stuck them in her ear. So now she can't. So now she can't hear him out. Then I'm really like, oh my god, he finna fuck this girl up. And then you see Scoob and just trying to make it. And at this point, I'm like, this got to be. I don't think it's got to be the, like, who, because who holds a hostage like this except somebody that's like they've been in a situation like that. Like it was like the perfect hold. In that scenario. Then it was like he pulls the gun out, tries to kill him. The safety, he was like, oh fuck. He was like, oh, for real? And he said, turn the saw him, he throw on top of it, and I was just like, bruh. Yeah, that shit, that was lit at that point. Then they're acting.
I was gonna ask. I understand that he put those spikes in her ears. Why was she crawling on the floor as if he busted out her kneecaps?
Bro, have you ever had an earache?
I heard that shit hurts. I've never had one, but I heard it's like pretty bad.
Oh my god,
it make you not want to walk.
Earaches are it's almost like a toothache. I promise you'd be like, nah, not today. Just go ahead, pull this motherfucker.
But does it make you not want to walk if it's a killer behind you?
It's crippling. It's truly crippling. Like if you was to lose your hearing, it's crippling. Like it'll be crippling to you. Like when you don't have it. But it wasn't. It is not like it was just like a crazy situation. This nigga stabbed her in her eardrums,
and she also probably disoriented because now you can't hear.
He knocks her equilibrium out. So it was just like she just all the way discombobulated.
I would just rolled over and was like, I'm dead. I'm
I
out
So
of here.
I was watching that Lioness show that I was telling you about at the top of the episode, and he was saying the reason that police put you on your knees and have you sit up the entire time because he said if you try to get up to move, you can't walk, and that's the
Oh
reason they
shit.
keep you like that. And I never knew that until
That
just
makes sense.
recently.
Unless you practice that shit at the house. But yeah, be prepared for anything, motherfuckers. But we pretty much see Scuba, Yolia dies. She's out of here. Now he's single. Hey, Scuba, but he in high school, so nah, I'm good. So now we have the families together, trying to come up with a plan. Nobody's really talking about much. The kids are like, we need to do something because obviously they see that their other friends are still alive because when he had Yulia, he was showing them video footage of them still alive at his dinner table. So they're trying to figure out we need to be able to trap him so we can get our other friends, not knowing that the killer is also in this meeting. Her dad finally says, you know what? I'm just going to close the store and we're not going to go to the parade. I'm sitting here like, y'all need some more police because you got bodies like stacking up like crazy, but you got 2 officers. That's it. Only 2 people of authority in this town.
Yeah,
like, I didn't.
I feel like the cop. Remember, he told Ryan and Bobby not to come to the parade. Was that him saving them?
I'm gonna say, wait.
Because he told them not to come, but he told the family to go out there. He told the family to come out there.
I didn't catch that, but that might be it. Because you know what, he went crazy at that parade. Like that motherfucker,
he lost his mind.
How do you chop somebody's head off that is in a parade with so many witnesses?
Man, if you go back and watch it, you can see him pull up as soon as they start. Like whenever, it's like he was like, I don't know if he, because I felt like Mitch was a throwaway character. Like I didn't think it would have been Mitch as the killer. So when Mitch pulled up, I'm like, ah, shit, what he finna do with he finna shoot the parade up? I'm like, nah, they're not gonna make a movie like that. Like if they do something else like that, I would have been like, yeah, nah, this is the best slasher ever in the world. It's the best slasher ever in the world. If he would have just started shooting at the parade, that would have been crazy.
Kind of wild, yeah.
That would have been crazy. So him pulling up a sign, it was that. Then dude, he was just like, nah, you see him dragging the axe still. I'm like, that's that fucking in the clown suit. He dragging the axe on the ground. And he walked by, he was like, hey, wait, why the fuck did you stop in the parade?
Yo, and that boy was so young. I'm like, what are you doing? He would have still been alive if Jessica bum ass ain't snitch. Man, this parade scene was wild. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah,
like,
it was chaotic.
Chaotic as shit. So we got a few deaths in this scene. One was pretty much done. We already discussed it. The young man got his head chopped off, but then we see an accidental death of the person that was driving the float. Man, listen, I said, oh no, he didn't deserve it. Yo, that was his final destination moment.
The kids.
Man, fuck them kids.
Man, but that was in that bitch traumatized.
They kept squirting blood on people in this movie.
I know. Ugh.
It had me thinking of the Blue-Eyed Samurai when somebody just standing there and blood just squirt on their face and they just sitting there like, oh, all right.
What do you tell them, Jason? Hey, shut up! I'm trying to eat my food, bitch.
Yo, that was a funny scene. That was wild. I forgot to tell you, I started that.
And, shit! You on episode 6? So you moving along?
Yeah. Where am I at? Yeah, I think 6. I think
Oh shit, you moving? Oh
yeah,
you there then?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna finish it tonight.
Oh yeah, you got to so the tension of that the villain in that that's he's my favorite villain of 2023.
Oh really?
Favorite villain, favorite killer. That's my favorite of the year.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, nah, Abigail was killing that shit.
I was gonna say when you said it, I was just like, but the Raven from The Fall of the House of the Usher could be up there, but she was not a villain. She wasn't a villain. She was the executioner.
She carried out her plan. She told them, like, I gotta finish. It's the debt. That's the debt you signed.
Yeah.
That's a good something. That's something we could definitely discuss during our live, like the best villain of 2023.
I'm with it.
Let's
Yeah, that is a good conversation to have.
Man, why? I'm episode. Then the tension in that last episode.
The dialogue is crazy. You gonna sit here, you gonna be after you watch it. It's like you watch Rosewood. You gonna want to fight a white person after you watch it.
Yo,
respectfully, because I'm sitting here like, whoever wrote this, we need to fight, but also good fucking job, because damn, you just put in so much facts. But let us know when you finish it.
I would just say one thing when I've been watching this show, if like I just can't get past if they treating white people like this, imagine if it was a black person. Like I just keep thinking that, like, because they calling them devils and blue-eyed samurai.
You mean her being a half? I mean,
yeah,
but that's so I want to be no, you're not. I want to be respectful in that, but it's a thing, and we see it in our culture when it comes to someone being mixed, but it's almost deafening in another culture. They definitely look down on you in that but then we're talking about in the 1600s when this is going on. So it's way worse with her being that. So,
and maybe I just can't shake looking at it from a 2023 lens and knowing like pretty much the entire world is whitewashed. So it's hard for me to think of a time that like someone would have looked at that as a negative. Like it's hard.
But they also they're in Asia. They're not in America doing this. So if it was in America, it would have probably looked a lot different. But they're in Asia doing this.
Hey, bro. Hey, Asians today, respectfully, they pretty whitewashed, bro. Like they that proximity to white, they want to be white.
Finish the show. We know that's all I got.
Oh, okay, okay.
Listen to the dialogue. That's all I gotta say. That's all.
Okay, word, bad.
But yeah. So we are at everybody's getting ready for the parade, and we have
parade over with, Jazz.
Oh yeah, that okay. So now we have
parade.
All right, well they're all.
But the scene of him, you asked how he grabbed 2 people real quick. This nigga grabbed 6 real quick.
That's because they was in a car. They was in a car already, and he had his gun on him. We realized he didn't have that gun on him when he snatched up Evan and Gabby. He put a damn mask over their face. But in here he said, pew, pew. And so he got him.
Real quick.
He said, yo, wait, did he kill his partner or did he just tranquilize him?
He just tranquilized him because he was at the end.
Right. And then we get, I'm not gonna lie. I think this is your favorite scene, Jason, when we have, was it Catherine?
This is my favorite scene.
I bet it is, Chris.
Why you say that? Why you say that?
Because you was probably sitting there like, look at him oiling her up like a child. That's probably why, lusting and shit. I ain't gonna lie. So I will give her kudos because, Jason, you always said normally characters in these horror movies make terrible decisions. Sis made a lot of good decisions in this scene. Because if I wake up and I see somebody who snatched me up, I am going to pretend like I'm still asleep. I am not going to wake up in a panic because they have the upper hand. I'm going to assess something. Now, I don't know if I'm going to wait till he got oil on me and salt on me and fucking all of these seasonings on me. But we did find out he was a cook at the beginning. He was
exactly. He was showing them skills off. And she couldn't cook. The stepmama couldn't cook.
You think she was sitting there like, what is this on my lips?
Talking about she gonna make some fucking stuffing and put some fucking eggplant. First off, stuffing. What the fuck are you eating stuffing for? But then she put an eggplant in it. Like, you put no fucking eggplant.
Whoa. Time out. What did you say? What the fuck we eating stuffing for?
Yeah, you eat stuffing?
You eating eggplant? Oh, okay.
I don't eat stuffing. I don't eat stuffing. I eat dressing. It's different. There's a difference.
What's the difference?
One come out of a box. One come out of a box.
I mean, I feel okay. That's okay. Well, stuffing is fire. I've had some good stuff, and I have had some good dressing.
Yes, I'm leaving white women alone.
Here we go. Here y'all go, man. Here y'all go.
Nothing.
What you mean? You said that I like seeing her oiled up.
Oh, you probably you was probably loving that, especially when he started at her feet and went to her lip. You definitely love that shit. So
Jazz like, oh, why that should have been me?
I know. Jazz was jealous as hell.
No, Jazz wasn't jealous, but Jazz was like, let me add some notes. Start at the feet, boo. and make your way to the top. Like, this is a vibe. Like, yeah. But Jason, this chase scene, this is you said what?
Reverse.
Flip me over, get the other side too. But you said this was your favorite chase scene.
It was. In this movie, at least.
Oh, sure. So give me some things that you liked about this scene.
Excuse me. So when it comes to a chase scene, it's been done. I don't think it's too much you can really change or do differently. My favorite is still gonna go with I Know What You Did Last Summer when Shorty was trying to run. Like that was like the perfect when it comes to it. So I think this is kind of like a little bit of that as well as Scream 2 when it came to Gail trying to hide and run. So it's not her really running, but it's her trying to figure out how to leave and do it as quick and as quiet as possible. And she, like I said, she got through a lot of it. And the person in the freezer, was that the cheerleader?
I think that was Gabby.
So it was like, so they finally got to the, like I said, just you go through these different things. You see her maneuvering, you see her hiding. It's just like, bro, you see the people in the crowd talking. Like I said, last night was people, move, bitch, for hour. Cause I was like, why is she in that same goddamn spot? You ain't moving fast enough for me. A nigga like, see, and I would have died. I know for a fact I would have died. Cause me, I'm just trying to jet. That's it. I'm not trying to be tactical in this situation. I'm just trying to run in this situation. So that I think that's why like the way they did it, like they played their tension up pretty well in that scene. So that's why I enjoyed it a lot. So it's just like she, like you said, Jazz, she was going about it as smart as she could until she could no more.
Do you feel like if she ran zigzag, she would have survived?
No.
You don't think so? Do you not think if she would have ran zigzag out the door when the killer threw the pitchfork, he would have missed hitting her?
I don't think she should have zigzagged. I think she should have just literally just made a hard left. It's just a super hard left. Don't zigzag. Just go. Like, okay, because you knew he was behind you. Now you may not have known what he had in his hand or he was gonna throw something or shoot you, but bitch, he shot you a minute ago. That's how he got you on this damn table spread eagle. Like, come on. Like,
she probably thought it was foreplay with the husband. But do you think she would have juked a little bit? Like if she was like running, like, okay, I'm gonna make a left.
No, you juke when somebody's in front of you, not behind you. If they behind you, so pet peeve. One of my biggest pet peeves when people run, they look back. Like that bothers me a lot. Cause it's like, bitch, you're gonna run into something. Like, pay attention to what you're doing. See where you're trying to find where you're trying to go to and get to that spot. Like that should be your only goal. So when she went out that door, she should have boom, because she knew he was back. Boom, bust a hard left, and I would have just been going, like I would have just went that way.
All right, Jason, I'm gonna counter that because so to Jazz's point, like, because if she looked back to see that he had a pitchfork, she would have known to make that hard left or the zigzag. If you're just chasing me, then I can see I just need to run, get from point A to point B as fast as possible. But me looking back is just to see what I need to do next. Because if you got a gun,
the reason she's in that house is because he shot her. So he behind you, you need to be trying to make a maneuver where he ain't behind you no more. So how you gonna look back and you run at the same time, especially through a doorway?
You got to look back to see what he doing.
That you make,
because if he's shooting at you,
that's why I said. So that's why I said when you get out, you make that hard left. So then you can. It's weird, but like I do it all the time. Like, cause I'm just paranoid like that. So when I'm running, I'm always thinking of like, so does somebody start chasing me right now? Like I'm always thinking that. So when I'm running, I'm kind of like I scoot to the, like I run straight. Like whenever I run trails. So whenever I run, I always run like I'm running down the sideline, like a football sideline. But that's because I can look over my shoulder and I can keep on going. I'm not going to get off my trail. I'm gonna do that. And then if I see something, then I'll go if I can't see it good enough, I go to the right sideline, and I look over my left shoulder, and that's just how I do it. But it's a way to do it without looking, like some people they be, what is this like you should not be running two or three steps with your head looking back. Nah.
Nah, I'm with you. It should just be a quick glance. I'm with you on that.
Deshaun Jackson, Michael Vick, he got the time when they made that comeback victory, and Deshaun Jackson ran the sideline, but ran into the touchdown, but he looking back at the crowd as he's doing it because he's running sideways.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it would have looked like.
Okay, I'm not mad at that, but also she knew he had a pitchfork because he had it when he
Oh, you're right.
When he was walking around, so because she tried to make it seem like her steps.
Every type of weapon.
Yeah, you're right.
Look,
that is
you
wild.
gotta have that. You gotta have creative weapons if you about to be killing half the town. But because she was trying to create a setup of her, like as she like footprints under the table. He ain't fall for that shit. I immediately, when I saw that scene, I was just like, he gonna probably have those pitchforks go through the wall, which he did. But he cooked her ass up. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that because I'm just like,
isn't so I've been watching trailers after the movies now, so it's in the trailer
that he cooked her up.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I didn't look at the trailer for this movie, so I
don't remember watching the trailer. So I definitely
I don't either, but I watched it after. Well, I watched it today. I literally watched the trailer. I'm like, let me see what's in the trailer. If I would have been pissed off if I would have seen it.
Would you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. Like they gave a lot. It's like if the trailer shouldn't be more than. I think the trailer shouldn't be longer than 60 seconds.
I'm with you on that. Honestly, one thing, I think horror is in a good place, but I do think that they're giving too much away in trailers. Like a lot of films are giving a lot away. I think honestly, Scream 6 is the only one that I feel like I think they did a good job with the trailer. And I think they had some good misdirects. What you think, Jazz?
I'm gonna do Scream 6, and I'm gonna also do Talk to Me. The movie that I feel like the trailer just told everything was Saw X. Which is why I didn't enjoy that movie as much because everything was in the trailer.
But Saw X, just Saw as a franchise, isn't as plot heavy. Like you kind of know going in that it's like you going almost like Final Destination to where you're gonna see like crazy kills. It's not so much like twists and turns, or maybe some reveals possibly.
But see, with this one, they were bringing back two characters that were already dead. So I initially thought they were going to bring in that same energy from 1 and 2, since that's when that movie was set in. But they didn't. They just said, we're just going to start from scratch. They was like, oh, we're going to do what Spyglass is probably going to do that with Scream, motherfuckers. And just start from scratch. Yeah, I'm venting as we're reviewing this.
If they choose, if they so choose, so because they should. We'll see.
We will, but we get our Thanksgiving dinner finally. We got everybody at the table. Some alive, some dead. It is what it is. It's vibes. Jason, when he brought in Kathleen, which you said was in the trailer, but you didn't know it was in the trailer prior to seeing it the first time. What was your first reaction to that? With her spread eagle, got the little things on her toes, like
this movie was sick. Like I was like, bruh. But then when he cut her, I was like, oh my god! I was like, the dude, the husband started throwing up. I said, yeah, please, cause I'm literally unable to. So do it for me. I was like, bro, this shit is sick. Like, nah.
Yeah, that shit was nasty. Like that was probably the grossest scene in the movie. Just seeing that, I'm like, ugh. But it worked well though. I mean, it was nasty, but like, and just I guess for me, anything that can get a reaction from me, whether it makes me jump, it scares me, grosses me out, like I'm gonna enjoy that.
Yeah.
As long as it's done, like some movies do just try to gross you out, and that's the purpose of it. I don't necessarily like gross out movies, but this felt like it made sense. Like he was trying to do some over the top shit. So it didn't feel like it was just like going for a gross out.
Based on how his side bitch got killed, I'd probably go over the top two.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why it made sense. Like movies like I know Eli Roth also did Hostel, which I get it's a torture porn movie, but like that's just so over the top
Yeah,
with the kills.
that's one of my the slitting of the ankles is one of the
Ugh.
one of my worst kills ever.
Ugh.
Like that just always plays in my head.
Really? Mm.
Yeah. See, slit the man leg told him to run. The motherfucker couldn't move.
The Achilles had it all
Ugh.
fucked up.
And
But
then he stabbed the girl in the neck and got the for blood champagne.
who was drinking it? Like, what
Shit,
are you doing?
I thought he was, but
I'm like, what? Like, what are you doing? But no, like when the husband threw up, I was like, so nobody gonna throw up at this table because this shit is gross. But then when it happened, I said, oh, all right, okay, let's keep it on track. Like, okay, this is authentic because I'm like, what is happening? But it was funny during this scene, like he's pretty much speaking to them, and Jessica has a ring that she got from one of Jason's favorite characters, the individual that is what the guy with the guns. He got the ring.
oh yeah.
I don't have his name in my notes, but she's using his ring to get out of her rope. So she's able to get out, and then she sends it over to Scuba. And while they're doing that, we see Evan come to his demise. Out of 10, what would you give this death? Let me go to Chris first.
It's like a 9. Like I mean, I guess like with him, he was an asshole, so like I wanted to see him get like a really good death and just him getting hit upside the head like that. I mean, it was gross. Yeah, I thought, yeah, this is a 9 for me.
Okay. What about you, Jason?
Yeah, definitely a 9 because the way he even spoke it up before he did. He was like, sometimes he said, and he said, because you want to you want to be viral so bad. I think sometimes you have to go over their head with it. He just banged. I'm like, man, God. Then he took the spoon and he picked up the brain matter and put it in the. I was like, yeah, this nigga here is crazy.
I feel like they gave us a lot more gore than normal flashers, but they didn't do it to where it would be like, what do you call it?
Torture porn.
Torture porn. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Chris just said that right. I think.
Yeah. Like I think it was like a nice balance between like
right.
it pushed that line without just becoming like just over the. Have y'all seen Terrifier 2? Any of y'all?
I seen Terrifier, not 2 though. Well, you know what? I seen the scene at the radio store. I mean the whatever the CD store, whatever it is. He was talking to the black dude.
But that whole scene is great. But just Terrifier 2, the goriest movie I've ever seen. To me, that's a little bit overkill, no pun intended. But like, yeah, this was a nice like this was a good level, I thought.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. But so Scuba and Jess get out of their restraints. You got somewhat of a chase scene. Were y'all feeling this chase scene at all?
Mm-mm.
You didn't like it?
I didn't love it.
It was
it was just like, okay. I mean, they trying to get away. I like him swinging the axe real crazy. Like I wish, and that's in the trailer, so you don't know what he's swinging at. But that piece in the trailer, like they fall down too goddamn much for me.
You know what I liked about this overall scene is that he didn't kill everybody, that people lived. You know, I feel like sometimes you just have like the final girl and like it's literally just one, maybe 2 people standing. I like that it was a group. And I guess for slasher movies, this was like a relatively a big group of people, the friend group and everyone like next to them. So I like that they were survivors. So the chase scene itself, I'm with you, Jason, that it was, it's a chase scene. Wasn't bad. I'm not going to give it like a 9. It was like a 6 or a 7, but the overall scene that people lived, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I also like that we didn't get a reveal. You were like, you got all of them together and you started trying to kill some folks, but you did not have a reveal. You didn't snitch on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely appreciated that, because normally you have some type of reveal of the villain and all that other shit, to where it's like, okay, let the main character figure it out instead of snitching on yourself. Which, granted, Scream does that a lot, because they want to make sure they tell Sydney or Sam that they did it. And so I definitely appreciate that they didn't do it in this movie, and that you had the whole chase scene, and then now Sam kind of gets to the warehouse. She finds the cop passed out. In this scene, I was just like, it reminded me of I Know What You Did Last Summer, because I was like, oh, this might be a setup. Like, he might not be knocked out. He might just be. No, and I Know What You Did Last Summer when Sarah Jessica. No, because Freddie Prinze Jr. with him and his homeboy, because he was kind of knocked out. I was trying to think. I was like, Sarah Jessica, and I was like,
fucked him up.
But to where it's like you think the person is needing help, but it's a fake scenario. He really got his ass hit over the head in this.
Trying to take Bobby.
And Bobby was like, no, bitch. But then it seemed like Bobby was the killer. And so Jessica's with the cops.
I think this one it falls apart for me.
You took the words out my mouth.
Falls apart here, because it was like, so all right, so one, him on the ground. All right, he the killer. We already know that at this point. I know he the killer at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So then he goes into the room, like you said, Jazz. Sorry to steal your thunder. And he just started shooting. Like, like, what the fuck? But then we don't where Bobby at? He done did all this shooting.
Yeah, and the fact that it was off screen, I feel like that was intentionally trying to misdirect and just make sure like I'm not missing anything. So old boy is chasing Jessica, like somehow is going through the woods, somehow gets past her enough to change, fake being passed out. That's like when I'm like, okay, like you asking me a lot to suspend my disbelief that he couldn't catch up with her, but he could run past her, get to the car, change, and then look like he had been knocked out or killed. Like that was when I'm like, I can look past a lot, but this is they doing a lot here. For me, this is when like it got a little bit. I'm gonna be respectful and not say stupid, but like there was some plot holes. And I just feel like the movie could have been done a little bit better. And even with the point with Bobby, like I feel like that was intentionally done to make it seem like it was Bobby. And then he came out and said that Bobby would like hit him with a tire wrench?
Yeah.
But then there's no sign of Bobby. Like this is when the film loses me. So great movie up to this point, but this is when it goes from great to maybe just good.
It's not perfect, but yeah, I'm with you. This is where it was like, damn. That motherfucker, this Michael Myers for real.
Yeah, for real though. Like, because sometimes like I don't know, I misread scenes, but he did like somehow run ahead of her and then was able to fake.
That's what I'm
passed out, right?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, how the fuck?
Okay.
Now that you said, like, how the fuck did he? Because he couldn't catch her over the fence. This nigga still was sitting there. He done switched back into his police uniform, drove the car. And now he's just on the middle of the road. He said he tried to grab Bobby.
But then also he left all them people at the house.
He didn't kill school.
Yeah.
I would have said, all right, so that's one gone. Let me go ahead and kill everybody at the house. I would have killed all of them at the house and just
he wasn't on biz. Why he want Bobby so bad?
But to be honest though, I can see why you do have to get the person that got away because they're tied up. So you got to get the person that got away. You can't just say fuck it.
But Scuba wasn't tied up though. Scuba got out too.
No, he didn't get out. He just didn't kill him.
No, Scuba did get out.
Scuba was no longer in his.
He hit him with the axe and he fell on the ground.
But he was out though. He was out of the restraints. I think that's.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. He's out of the restraints.
You like, oh, he gonna be down for 30 minutes. Let me go chase this white girl down. No, I'm about to kill everybody in the house. And then I'm gonna leave the
I would have burnt the house. I would have burnt the house.
Burn the house down, and I'd have been like, I'll just holler at Jessica in 2 months when her defenses are down and just kill her then.
And even at that point, she still don't know who he is.
Exactly.
So he didn't. So if everybody is tied up, I can understand him chasing after her. But then Scuba is there and her. At some point, you do got to cut your losses.
Would y'all have been mad if the movie ended like that, like with him just watching her run away, as opposed to
And
as opposed to anything else happening at that point?
he didn't kill nobody at the house?
Yeah. I mean, if it just ended like that, like
Hell
Um,
yeah, because I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I
At
would have.
least if he would have killed everybody at the house, burned the house down, and then
okay, what if it ended with him burning the house down and him
and
watching her
everybody
run, him watching her run away?
and everybody that's in the house tied up is dead?
He burnt the house down. They in there.
Oh my god, that would have been crazy.
That would have been crazy. But you know what though? That would have been a fire ending, but it actually would have been kind of bleak, and it wouldn't have made sense with the theme. Like, because that would have been a real dark ending.
It's
And
called no
like,
left. She said no leftovers.
true,
And
true, but the tone is kind of like black comedy. That's like a real dark ending. Like that's
but
dark as shit.
but then you wouldn't have got the explanation either as to why he picked those people. But I think it would have been dope if you would have got breadcrumbs, or stuffing crumbs that didn't really lead to who the killer was, but you would have saw all the different pieces as to why they were picked. That would have been fire, to where we still wouldn't have known who the killer was at the end of the movie.
Yo, to
And
be
then you would have
honest,
had the fucking the sheriff like, we got this in the mail a week ago. He's still playing stupid. Like, nigga, you mailed that to yourself. But we wouldn't have known.
If he would have just left this board behind, if you're watching, you can see it, but the visual board or
yeah.
visual aid of it, he would have just found that as to why or how he picked the people. Yeah.
To be honest with you, that actually would have been a much more fire ending. And if they wanted to do a sequel, that would have made more sense, because like, and this would have made it different from Scream, because like Halloween, Scream, Friday the 13th, all those movies, you have an explanation at the end of the movie. Like, well, Halloween we knew who it was, but like maybe like Scream, at the end of the movie, like everything comes together. This could have been different. That at the end of the movie, you still don't know who this guy is, and like either you want to explain it in a sequel or you just want to leave it like that. So actually, I would have liked that idea. That would have been pretty fire. You
That
end
would have
like
been
that,
different.
huh? That would have been very different. Honestly, they should have went with that. This is a
Because
little bit cliche.
I wasn't in the room.
what?
I wasn't in the room. I wasn't in the writer's room when they did that.
Shit, me either. But look, when they listen to this episode, they're gonna be like, next movie, still in our ideas and shit. But I feel like when it comes to these slashers, what makes you feel more content? The reason as to why they selected the victims, or actually finding out who the killer is? In my opinion, I like to see, why did you select these people? I don't have to know who the killer is. I just want to know why you did it. And if you left it open to where I'm like, oh, this main event, but you still have suspects, because you still would have had Bobby, you still would have had Ryan, you still would have had the husband, that could have all been people that you could have looked at.
I think that's why Halloween is. That's why I put Halloween over Scream, because I don't care about a motive. Just go. I like the chaos.
That makes sense.
You know, for me, I like I like both. I like the chaos and I like the motive. But to answer your question, I'd rather know the why than the who. Because let me ask you this, Jazz, about, let's say if we don't find out it's Billy and Stu, but all we know is that the motive, that your mom, like, we know Maureen was out here, she was out here, she was fucking. What if the only reason that's given is that, like, your mom, cheated with my dad, and like he just gave the motive, but he didn't reveal who he was. Would Scream would have still hit the same with you without the reveal of the killer?
I don't know how you would have been able to do that. Because
So
if we would have found out that Maureen slept with Billy's dad, then Billy would have been the number one person that I would have thought would have done it. Now, if it would have just been, but see, the difference between Scream was, he was killing everybody in her friend group. So he made it close to his main target. In this movie, he didn't do that. His main target was helping him find his victims without her knowledge, which makes this very unique, in my opinion. Like, you was using her to help you kill your people. So I feel like you could have gotten away with not exposing who your killer was.
But even with Scream, like, if the reason was your mom slept with my dad, that could have been anyone's dad. We wouldn't have necessarily known. They don't have to reveal that it was Billy's dad. They could have just hypothetically, they could have just said the reason being your mom slept with my dad. But I guess then if we knew it was Sid, well, Yeah, we could have just left it at that. Like, just her mom slept with the dad, and that could have been anyone. It
But I
wouldn't necessarily.
guess, why are you killing my friend group? They had nothing to do with my mother's infidelities with sleeping with your dad.
So honestly, and not to change the topic, that's actually been a big question of mine about Scream, because, well, I guess the reasoning given is that that's like he just wanted to start killing people, but really, why did Billy want to start killing everybody? Other than he just wanted to make his own movie and kill people, but it really
I mean,
don't make no sense.
a lot of these slasher films go for the friend group. You think about I Know What You Did Last Summer, you think about Urban Legend, you think about Valentine, you think about Scream. It's always that friend group. But the thing is, this movie did not really focus on the friend group. They did, but you also had other people that were not in the friend group. You had security guards, you had people that were out there at that event that was dying. So that's when you sit here like they literally could have ended this movie in a totally different way.
They could have.
To where you did not know who the murderer was, and it would have been fire, and it would have been unique, and it would have been different. So I would say, like, that's kind of a missed opportunity, in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, it probably would have gotten some bad backlash, like, wait, I don't know who the killer is. You don't need to know. That's what makes it different from everybody else. And when you're making your new slasher, you have to think about ways that make it different, especially if you're going to be using different elements from previous movies to help it. So that's just my opinion.
No, I'm with you, and I didn't really think about it at the time. Like, I think I may have told you, Jason, that like the ending is where it lost me, and I feel like it felt a little bit cliche. It felt like they tried to explain everything, but I'm with you, Jazz, that like if they just didn't explain it, like it would have been dark, and it would have been like, damn, like this shit got kind of heavy, but like that would have been cool. And you don't see that. The only movie I can think of, The Strangers, they don't they don't let you know who the killer is. And well, are y'all gonna see Black Christmas?
I don't saw that shit.
The 1974 one?
Oh yeah, I'm not watching that shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch it, but
okay.
I think I know the ending though.
Okay. So you don't know who the killer is. And that's why 06 tries to explain that, but you don't know the killer, you don't know why. And that's cool to me. Like, I feel like you don't always need everything explained, and that mystery can be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we get the ending. We find out his reasoning. He was over here sleeping with a married woman, thought she was going to leave her husband for him. Nope, she was just going to put that baby on her husband. Oops. My bad. And then they pretty much have a fight. He dies. Or actually, he doesn't. We don't never find his body.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a possibility of us getting a sequel. I'm not sure how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
And that is Thanksgiving. Gentlemen, let me go to you first, Chris. The question why we are here. Was it good though?
Oh, definitely. I was a little bit critical of the ending, but this was an entertaining movie. We don't get really anything holiday related, not even just with horror, but even just with like rom-coms and stuff like that. A lot of times it goes straight to Christmas. So yeah, it was definitely good. I like teen slashers. So this is a fun movie. I definitely enjoyed it.
Okay. Jason, was it good though?
Loved it. Yep, I enjoyed it. Real good.
Okay. And I will also say, yes, it was good. Definitely enjoyed this film. I was excited to review it. I'm not gonna lie. Before I saw it, I was just like, I didn't see too many people talking about it. I was like, we might just switch up what movie we gonna do. But then I waited. I didn't tell Jason nothing. I was like, let me wait. Saw people talking about it. I'm like, okay, it's getting good reviews. And then I saw it. I was like, oh yeah, that shit fire.
It's got a really great review on IMDb, or at least when I looked at it like last week. So people are really feeling it.
Yeah, a lot of the podcast movie reviews that I follow, they definitely gave it good ratings. I don't really go too much off of that, but they definitely gave
Me
it
neither.
ratings.
Yeah, I don't. I always like, if a movie has a bad review, I'll still find out for myself. Or even if it has a great review, yeah, I'm always gonna find out for myself. But it's always just interesting to see like what ratings are. IMDb, I feel like is pretty accurate. I feel like it's all people's opinions, but I don't feel like IMDb is too off the mark. I feel like.
Right. Yeah. But let me ask y'all this. Do y'all feel like with the movies that we got this year, slashers, do you feel like that genre of horror and thriller will start to get more movies with better quality? Because I would say like this year, like we mentioned earlier, we got Scream 6 and we got Totally Killer, and then of course we got this. I'm not gonna put Evil Dead or Talk to Me in that realm because those
Yeah.
deal with like possession or like
Yeah.
abnormal entities. But like, do y'all feel like where slashers are going, that we're gonna start getting more and better quality? Let me go to you first, Chris.
I think we'll slowly get more. I don't know if we're gonna like go back to like the 80s and 90s numbers to where we're just gonna get like a bunch, but I think we'll get a little more than what we've gotten over the last like maybe like definitely the last 10 years. Because I mean, I haven't seen like a major slasher in theaters. Uh I can't even think of like the last one in the last couple of years. So I do think that we'll definitely get a little bit more. But one thing that I'm seeing though with horror is that I think that so many creators are trying new things and we're trying so many different subgenres. So I don't think they're gonna pigeonhole and say that okay, like we're all just gonna make slashers. So I think we'll get more and definitely better quality, but I don't know if we're just gonna see like slashers take over.
Right. Okay. What about you, Jason? You got any thoughts?
I so if you have something, a fresh idea, cool. But like don't um regurgitate the same formula. Like switch the formula up, do something different. The intro of this was amazing. Like change it up. Like give us something, another scene, not just the guy walking around killed this chick. Just we don't know why he killed the chick. She was a feminist. Like what? Like don't just throw a moment out like that. We just killing Black Christmas, ain't we? Like I said, I know you didn't like it, Jazz, but the comfort, I enjoyed the conference. This kind of reminded me of that in a sense. But it was a German film, so you have that you have that going. But I think that was a pretty decent slasher. I said decent. I didn't say great. I said decent.
I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing.
This is a random question. Have y'all seen Fear Street 1978?
I gotta watch the.
Okay,
I haven't.
you haven't. Okay, so I would say that Fear Street trilogy. I really enjoyed it. I think it's very good. That there's a supernatural element to it, but it's a slasher. And I would say that is one that 2 summers ago that I would say that's a great slasher. If you consider it like the supernatural element. Excluding
Hush.
that.
Hush was good.
Oh, Hush
Yeah,
was really good. I enjoyed that a lot.
for sure. But I do not have any people's thoughts for this because I tried when it's something new, I try not to get too many people's thoughts because I don't want anybody to spoil anything. So I don't have any of that. Did y'all have anything else y'all wanted to add before we went into our Link of Thrones?
I would say just more holiday horror, like, and it don't just got to be Christmas or Halloween.
Right. Like kill some motherfuckers on Columbus Day because that's
Yeah.
all he did anyway, right? All right. But Chris, since you are
What's
our
up?
guest, who is your
That was
Link of
wild.
Thrones?
Oh, let me. Damn, I totally forgot. Let me see. Oh, okay. Matter of fact, okay, I am gonna keep it easy. Patrick Dempsey was on Grey's Anatomy, keeping it super easy.
Wow.
Reason why I'm going with that because I've never seen Grey's Anatomy, but I was doing some research on like Grey's Anatomy and like what it is of the show. It actually does not sound too bad as a
It's
I
show.
not. It's very traumatic.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it sounded heavy.
I always remember Dwayne from the chat would be like, he watched that shit and be crying, and I'd be like, Jason probably cried that shit too. And I'm like, I don't need no show where I be crying. So y'all can have that.
They got some shit on there, man. They got
Oh,
some
what I've
shit.
read, Meredith Grey, she done gone through it from what I read. So
Putting
Yeah.
people through it. But
Yeah.
Jason, Jason, do you have your Link of Thrones?
Yeah, I do. I'm going to go with Jalen Thomas Brooks. This is Bobby. He's in Walker.
What is
the
that?
the remake of Walker Texas Ranger.
Okay.
He's a reoccurring character in there.
All right, got him a job. Shout out to him. I am going to pick Gina Gershon. When I first saw this movie, I was like, I know her from somewhere, and it was killing me where I knew her from, but I did not think of it, and I thought it was a Denzel Washington movie, but it was not. She was in Face Off with Nicolas Cage.
That's a good one.
Yes. And John Travolta.
Okay.
Classic.
Yes. I was gonna ask y'all 2 questions before we go ahead and end this episode. Favorite slasher of 2023. Chris, I'm gonna go to you.
I think you asked it.
Did
Yeah,
I?
at the top. Yeah.
At the top, you asked.
But I'll answer again, though.
We ain't gotta do that. Let me go to my next question. We don't need to repeat nothing. So, your favorite death in a slasher. Let me know what that is. And since Chris started with you, Jason, favorite death in a slasher.
Favorite death in a slasher. I'm gonna have Yulia, her death. I love that.
Okay.
In this film. So I don't have a note for this one, clearly. Shit. Oh, Scream 4, Shorty in the room when she was
this
when
motherfucker right here. Olivia.
Olivia and Robbie knocked her off the board. That was one. And then Halloween. Halloween Kills when he turned old girl boyfriend head all the way around when he was up in the house.
Ooh, that was fire. Yeah, that was fire.
Lord.
That was yours too?
You already took. No, it wasn't one of mine. You already took one of mine. Chris, your top 3.
Top 3. So I'm gonna go Halloween Kills. Also, The Old Couple. Just that whole scene, like it was unexpected. And actually, only one the black woman, she lived.
She did.
But that scene, like that was Michael at his best. In Halloween Kills, I thought that was like a really great scene.
What the lady from Ma.
Yeah.
And
Octavia Spencer.
Octavia Spencer, when he killed her in Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie, it was a dream sequence, but that was a great kill as well.
He fucked her up.
I'm pass it back to you, though, my bad.
No, it's cool. That was a great one, but he really fucked them people up. So I'm gonna go with The Old Couple in Halloween Kills. Jason, you mentioned this scene, but in Terrifier 2, in the store, the party store, that whole scene, I'm not sure if you saw that whole scene, but that suspense when he's behind her and like he's just kind of like fucking around. I mean, that whole scene, I mean, that was some great acting, I thought, by the actress, because like you could just feel the fear. Like it felt real. So I would say those 2, and I'm gonna say, this is tough. I'm gonna say maybe the bathroom scene in Halloween 2018 with the teeth, when he knocked the teeth out and he sprinkled it.
He dropping over the seat when she was trying to shit.
Yeah, that was a cool scene. I had a hard time getting 3. That was tough because there's a lot of kills. But those, if I had to pick one, I would say definitely Halloween Kills, excuse me, definitely not ends. Halloween Kills. No disrespect.
All the disrespect.
That's disrespect.
It was disrespect. It was disrespect. It was disrespect.
Jazz, take this shit.
All right. So I'm going to also say Olivia from Scream 4 because that was one of the best kills in that franchise. And I'm going to say Jada's death in Scream 2 that introduction. And I am going to put in the trampoline death in this because that shit had me like, oh, I felt that in my foot. And I'm not on no trampoline and I'm not getting cut up. Like that had me like, damn, sis, I hate you went out like that just to get a waffle iron. So I was like, it sucks. But I don't know. Do we have an agree to disagree?
I had one. And I mean, I don't know if it's too controversial, but Maybe it is, but to me, it has its flaws. But I feel like teen slashers, I would say, I was gonna say it's at its best, or at its best. I'll say it's at its most fun. That's probably more accurate. That I feel like Halloween, Scream, this film, I feel like teen slashers, you just got like a guy in a mask, chasing some teenagers, and I would say that's when horror is like at its most fun.
Until you see Friday the 13th.
The first Friday the 13th is good.
How many have they made?
Too many. About 11 too many.
10? They made 10. Well, no, it made
Too
12.
fucking many.
Yeah. There's about
So
3 that are good. The first one, in my opinion, Jason Goes to Hell. I enjoyed that. Freddy versus Jason, and then
that was
the
not
remake.
good.
You didn't like that?
The acting was fucking terrible.
You had Kelly Rowland in it. What you expect?
It wasn't even just her. Like you had that white chick in the.
I actually like Kelly Rowland in it. Actually,
Yeah,
Even-
she was cool. She was cool.
yeah, she was cool.
So it's kind of hard to argue that teens, like, because when you go to teen, you have two things. You have you have innocence, and you have ignorance. So I think that plays well in a movie where somebody's chasing a kid who don't know too much, in those situations. But I think that's also where horror is can or should be better. And I think that's what does well with Hush, because you're dealing with a person who's impaired, well, living with I don't think it's impairment, but she's deaf. And she's an adult. So you have somebody that's a thinker, and they can think and they can maneuver, they can do stuff like that. So it plays a lot. I think it plays a lot better when you have somebody they can actually play back against this person, and not somebody that's just, what the fuck is going on, man? So yeah, that'll be my only fight within that.
That's fair. I guess you don't see too many. Valentine is one where you got like adults. My Bloody Valentine, I guess they're adults. So it's those are the ones that are coming off the top of my head. Black Christmas. Keep going back to Black Christmas. All of them, all are adults. But yeah. So I guess there are some with adults. But I'm with you. It is. You could probably make a smarter movie when you have adults. So it's not reliant on like teenagers making bad decisions or that ignorance. So I'm with you that like maybe slashers are fun, but I would definitely like to see like a slasher with like maybe some 30-year-olds, and see how that would be. That wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't mind that.
I mean, you got that in The Blackening.
The Blackening, I feel like I look at The Blackening as a comedy.
It's like
Like,
it's more satire
yeah, like,
in that. But I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad.
yeah.
Like what's that fucking movie? Scary Movie. I mean, 'cause like Scary Movie is like I mean, it's satire, but but that was killing them in there. So they were like getting them the fuck out of here in Scary Movie.
I don't think no one died in Scary Movie.
Everybody died in Scary Movie.
Scary Movie. I'm thinking about Scary Movie too.
Yeah.
Nobody died in Scary Movie 2, but
Nobody
Yeah,
died
that's
in
what I'm
two.
thinking about
In
it.
Scary
Yeah.
Movie, everybody died in
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. My bad. Yeah, but I don't know. I guess with those movies, it is definitely satire, but I don't put them in a horror bag. Like I think of like straight comedy. Like I would compare those almost to like oh my God, what's that movie? Super Bad. Like I would compare those to those almost.
Yeah. It's unique because typically when they bring the parents or they bring older people in the movie, they don't necessarily kill them. They typically be like there to guide them in situations, and they end up killing somebody off in those situations. But it'll be different. And my argument was only for argument's sake.
No, you're fine.
I'm definitely with you in that. But yeah, you can have I tell Jazz all the time, I want to see a smart slasher. Like the people I want to see where the killer earns their kills. That nigga earned his and his because that nigga was smart as fuck.
Yes.
That nigga was smart as fuck.
Yeah.
He did. He look, he worked overtime and he got paid. So yes, absolutely. Jason, did you have one as well? Agree to disagree? I think you had a question.
Oh, well, but I said, I mean, your question kind of, I think you said it as well.
Okay.
It kind of went into it, but I was saying I think this was the best slasher of the year, which I think we said at the top. So,
okay,
well, this year at least, this year.
Right. Yeah. Well, was there anything else y'all wanted to add for this episode? I tried to get it short, but I know how I get when it's all three of us on horror.
It's It's that conversation.
Man, even when I
It's
edit
that
it down, I
conversation.
know that bitch gonna be long. So I'm just like, it's cool.
Yeah.
But did y'all have anything else y'all wanted to add, Chris? Did you want to throw any kind of shout outs or anything? Plugs?
Yeah, follow me at Chris LaFleur on Twitter and Instagram. Got a YouTube channel, Crazy Scary Cool. I write. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Do I got any friends who are doing anything?
Are they single?
When last time you posted something? Don't answer her though. Answer my question.
Ladies first.
My friend, I was thinking about men and women.
I don't care about the women.
So you don't care about women, is what I'm hearing.
Whatever. Like I just asked, are they single? How the fuck would I care if women single? Like context, Chris. Context.
I mean, some are, some aren't.
It's fine. You ain't got to answer that question. We can
No, that was the answer. No, I mean, some are, some like 50-50. That's like a for real answer.
I'm married, so it don't matter.
No, you're not. She lying, y'all.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Jazz been running with that lie for years. She might be married for real. Like it's been too. I don't even know how old Jazz is.
Y'all gonna be my husband this weekend.
We'll see.
Fuck you. Well, I am not 40. I'm 35. You tried it.
But Jason, to answer your question, last time I posted something writing or a video?
Writing.
3 days ago, 4 days ago.
Okay, so I gotta keep up with it because like I seen like I have it saved somewhere. I have it saved somewhere where I can get back to it. So, but I was like, damn, do we be posting? I'm like, I need to support, like like you support. So that. I definitely I definitely anything somebody do that we fuck with, I fuck with it for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's love. It may have been like a week ago. I think I told Tori. Shout out to Tori. So maybe that was before Thanksgiving. So maybe it's been like a week now, actually. Between 3 and 7 days recently, though.
This nigga gave up. Your deposit will be in your account. In 3 to 7 days.
I know. Because then I said 3 days. I'm like, okay, that might be cap. So let me try to give a little range. Actually, I be losing track of time sometimes.
Your nigga ass gonna be sleep. That's why you be losing all your sleep. You need to go. Hey. As a matter of fact, when we close this up, go your ass to bed. You need to be asleep on time for at least the next 2 or 3 days.
I know you ain't talking. I know you're not talking.
I'm gonna be up. What time is it? It's 11:45.
Jazz, what's up with you? What you on? What you on?
Violence, my nigga, like the whole week.
Listen, I'm working remote tomorrow, so I can kind of and I don't got to do anything by till 10. And your boy kind of hungry, so it sounds like this is gonna be like a 3 a.m. type night.
Yeah, I'm hungry as hell right now.
I'm starving.
I'm finna get to my level. Probably get some fruits or something, because it's kind of late to be eating heavy. So I'm finna get something though.
See, when you stay up late, even if you eat a little heavy, it don't feel as bad.
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? That's one reason.
That's the thought process.
All right, let's bring logic back into this ending, Jason.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I appreciate everybody for listening to the podcast. We just went through our wrapped up. A lot of growth, a lot of progress, a lot of love, a lot of support. Jazz, I tell you all the time, I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for doing this with me. It, like I said, it's I like to say completely different as far as with how we do it. It's definitely, it's just been a different vibe, different energy as far as with how we doing it, and I can see the growth in just how we speak, different cues, even the energy we take to other people's podcasts. Hopefully I didn't get us banned for real this time, because that was kind of crazy.
Definitely banned.
That was kind of crazy, but it was fun. It's been fun. We got our own space that's safe. We could do the things that we could do that we may not be able to do other places. Holiday season over with. Thanksgiving is over with. We're going into the Christmas, into the new year. If you haven't set some goals, don't set the goal, start the goal. Start it now so you can get it going into the year. We got a lot of fun things planned for the rest of the year, so just look out for us, man. We coming
for sure. And we just ended our contest.
Definitely, bitches.
Yeah, we had it aggressive. But yes, we announced our winner yesterday. definitely want to give a shout out to everybody that supports and listens and watches. We definitely, Jason, of course, I appreciate you, my brother. Love you as well. Thank you for helping me with continuing to build this podcast up. It's just, we got so many things coming and we stay moving. We about to go in year 3 of continuing to drop an episode every Tuesday. Y'all, we have not, as of today, ain't skipped a Tuesday. So we want to make sure we have something consistent for y'all. And Chris, thank you so much for always saying yes when we want to bring you on. We definitely appreciate you, my brother. Go Panthers. All love. Gang, gang. By the time this airs, either me and Jason gonna still have love for each other or we gonna hate each other. So hopefully it's the love there.
But sometimes hate can bring you together too. Ex Ryan and Bobby. We just seen it in the movie. Sometimes hate can drive the relationship too. Or Vegeta and Goku, whichever one you want to ride with.
That's true. But we are still on our road to 500.
We are on the road to 500. We're still pushing that. Like I said, a lot of growth through our streaming platform, a lot of growth within our YouTube channel, and we hopefully continue to grow and do things that people do. Got some guests that I'm gonna make my joke when we do that podcast, but we got this. The podcast is doing some things, some different things. It's definitely a lot of. I can see a lot of growth in myself, personal. But I'm still growing. I'm still learning.
Yeah, and Jason B. Woo! Shout out to the Mass Debaters. We are on their episode this past Friday.
It's drop Friday.
Definitely promote that, but yeah, that's all I got. So shout out to everybody that listens. Please share. 2 Black podcasters. And Chris as well. He getting his shit in his bag. So, we're just trying to do some dope stuff out here.
Y'all the hardest working podcasters. For real. Like everyone else takes seasons off.
Man, what is that?
Yeah, nah, we ain't. Nah, we still. I feel like we have a nice balance with it. As far as with everything that we have going on. So yeah, like I said, I do appreciate Jazz because she adjusts. I can adjust or adapt with what's going on within that situation. So yeah, we got some, I think something special coming up real soon though. Yeah, probably ain't ready for that shit. So
they not. It's a nice little Christmas gift for y'all niggas. But episode 78.
78. Gotta be 78. Yes.
And we haven't reached episode 100, but we have already dropped 100 episodes. Yes.
Yeah. And episode 100 is already picked up. We already know what we're doing.
Oh yeah.
We already know what we're talking about.
Where it's gonna be at.
It's gonna be real special. Real special.
All right, let's wrap this shit up. All right, Jason, you got it.
Episode. All right, so this is the Was It Good Though podcast. I am Jason.
I am Jazz.
Deuces.
You ain't gonna say that's Chris?
Oh shit!
You done scared people.
It's cool.
I know.
Cool.
I thought no.
You
so
scare people.
Most people jump in, so I'm gonna probably have to introduce it again. No,
it's not you. Jason attacks
it's me.
Like
it's not you. It's me. It's right. One attack, and now it's a whole bunch of attacks.
Hey, that just means people watch.
It may be like the bear, right? One time, because it's a few niggas that went up to the bear just like, let me just see what he gonna do. Like then it got out. Bears attack people, leave them bitches alone.
Yo, in this fucking episode.
Hey, imagine being the first nigga to see a shark.
Yo.
Hey, how many niggas was it today was like, no, don't do that?
Nah, I be thinking about the first motherfucker that ran into a tiger. And cats be looking at you like, should I pounce? And they probably thought it was cool. And then that motherfucker just pounced on him. He's out of here. All right, cheers, y'all.
Deuces.